Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the broadcast. We're live here in Batavia, New York. The Batavia Muckdogs taking on the Elmira Pioneers on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Happy 7-Eleven, everyone. If you got, I don't know, is it the free slushies
It's
at
a free
7-Eleven?
Slurpee day at
Free
7-Eleven,
Slurpee,
yeah.
that's what it is. I wouldn't know. I don't really have a 7-Eleven nearby back at home, but if you took advantage of that, good for you. If not, just whatever. We'll move on. But again, welcome to the broadcast. Batavia Muckdogs at home today against the Elmira Pioneers following a tie against the Jamestown Tarp Skunks just last night in a 12-12 extra inning finish. But again, the Muckdogs looking to get back on the win streak. They haven't had a loss in the past 8 games, or 9 games, should I say. They were on an 8-game winning streak and then a tie, so that streak kind of, I would say, continues. But for now, they have not lost in a while, and I don't think they're going to hope that changes anytime soon. Again, my name is Grayson Natali. Alongside me, color commentator Jarrett Campbell. We'll start everything how we do on every broadcast. Jarrett, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. There's so much implications with this game, not only for the Batavia Muckdogs, but also for teams like the Elmira Pioneers, the Olean Oilers, and the Niagara Ironbacks. All three of them in battling for fourth place. Olean right now is playing Niagara. Batavia is obviously playing Elmira. And then Niagara Ironbacks have a day off. So the two games to definitely talk about is in terms of fourth and also first is this game and then also the Olean and Niagara Falls Americans game going on right now.
And you are right. As this season does come to a conclusion, we're going to be keeping an eye out for elimination scenarios and locks from all teams within the West Division. We'll also keep an eye out on the West or the East, but for now we're going to be keeping an eye out mostly on the PGCBL West playoff race. Right now, Batavia at 1, Jamestown at 2, Auburn 3, and Elmira at 4. Right now it seems like Batavia and Jamestown, they're not too far away from clinching. So right now they're just on clinch watch. Auburn and Elmira, they're in position for the playoffs. Niagara is chasing right behind Elmira, only a half game behind them. Only in Geneva. They're still alive. But right now, as we look for Niagara Falls and Newark, they're on the brink of being eliminated officially, as each team is varying from down to 11 games left to up to 16. The Auburn Doubledays have 16 games left, and the lowest right now, the Elmira Pioneers in front of us, they only have 11 games left on the season. So it's going to be an impact on how these records play out, because not every team is going to be finishing with, like, a clean certain number equaling their total. But for now, again, these teams are all fighting as we are just checking in on the gap as it dwindles down soon thereafter. But for now, we'll make sure to cover more of that in the broadcast later on with the standings and everything. But forget about standings. It's time for the lineups. Here we go. And for your lineups, don't forget they're brought to you by Tompkins Bank, F. Castile. And here we go. For the Muckdogs, the first 3 up, it's Jalen David, followed by third baseman Jackson Inman and second baseman Cooper Russell. For Elmira, it's right fielder Caleb Delaney, designated hitter Nick Spanner, and center fielder Brett Baker. Next 4 for both teams, we'll continue with the Muckdogs. It's right fielder Braden Reyna, extra hitter Evan Brock, shortstop Miles Manel, and first baseman Jalen Roque. On the other side, Manny Castro for third, extra hitter Alex Davis, first baseman Jake Alward, and catcher Brandon Dubeck. We'll stick with the Pioneers, second baseman Tyler Adamo, shortstop Jalen Tidwell, and Tyson Gingerich at left field. For the Muckdogs, it's left fielder Kyle Vaughn, set catcher Patricio Garcia, and shortstop Jaden Vasquez. And on the mound for the Batavia Muckdogs, it's number 12, Jake Sliz. And for the Elmira Pioneers, it's Tobias Waldridge. We haven't seen Sliz in quite some time, but he's ready to make another debut for the Batavia Muckdogs, and a good rivalry game we have just moments away from starting. As you can see right now, we're getting things started on the field in the background, but again, we'll stick with the lineups. You saw that there, and we'll take a more of a deeper look to Jake Sliz. So Jake Sliz from the University of Alfred State, a sophomore year, hometown of Buffalo, New York. Pitches left-handed, standing at 6'5", 185 pounds. In terms of his stats on the season, an ERA, a 2.31, allowing 14 hits, 10 runs, 6 of those being earned over 23 and 1/3 innings pitched, and along with 36 strikeouts, 15 batters walked, and a 2-0 record across his 6 games appeared. Now this will be his 6th start as well. In those 6 appearances, he's started 5, but a tally that keeps increasing, and he now leads the Muckdogs in starts as well. You can't forget that notable stat on screen. He's second, just behind Jack Page in strikeouts. 38 for Jack Page and 36 for Sliz. But Sliz has done it in just less than 2 innings compared to Page.
Yeah, he's got that perfect mix of that slider and fastball that he's absolutely aggressive with in those batters. He does not like walking batters. He really likes to get the punch outs early, get his pitch count going, and get the momentum in the game. And right now in this game, obviously rivalry game, he's got to do it again in today's game.
Again, a big matchup between two teams currently sitting in the playoffs picture as it stands right now. At this point, why not? We'll do an early look. We'll dabble back into it later in the broadcast, but again, we want to show you the scenario. 22-6-1 are the Batavia Muckdogs. Again, the tie last night, 12-12 against the Jamestown Tarp Skunks in extra innings. Jamestown, that's their second tie of the year. They're 27-2. They're now a game and a half behind Batavia. Auburn Doubledays, they're dwindling behind, but they're still third, 17-10. They keep trading wins and losses, and they've just been hovering by themselves. But closing the gap is the Elmira Pioneers. They're now above 500 by a better margin, 15-3. Right behind them, breathing down their necks, is the Niagara Ironbacks, 15-4-1. And the rest of the crew under there finds themselves just trying to fight for a position or on the brink of elimination. It's one or the other, and those two for elimination are the Americans and Pilots. As the Pilots, with how many games left they play, I believe it's 14, they can only win 19 games total on the season unless there's any makeups that I am missing. But for that, right now, they are 4 games away from wins for the Ironbacks or Pioneers. Once one of those teams and every team above them passes the 19 mark, they will be the first team eliminated within the West Division. So with that, that's how your standings are looking following to yesterday's games. Of course, today we'll also have a big impact. Again, the 1 and 4 seed going head-to-head in today's matchup. So we have the lineups going on behind us. We're going to step aside, and we'll be back following the national anthem. Take you through the lineups once more, what we've got going. Again, Jake Sliz on the mound opening for the Muckdogs. And we'll be ready to see him and the rest of the defense kick some Pioneer butt in just a second when we come back.
Third and playing second base from Brown University, number 1, Cooper Russell. Batting fourth and playing right field from Fordham University, number 46, Braden Reyna. Batting fifth, the extra hitter from SUNY Brockport, number 11, Evan Brock. Batting sixth and playing shortstop from Mount St. Mary's University, number 8, Miles Monell. Batting seventh and playing first base from Thomas University, number 24, Jalen Rope. Batting eighth and playing left field from State College of Florida, number 22, Kyle Vaughn. Batting ninth and catching from SUNY Brockport, number 9, Patricio Garcia. Batting 10th, a designated hitter from Oxford University, number 4, Jaden Vasquez. And tonight's starting pitcher for your Batavia Muckdogs from Alfred State University, number 12, Jake Sliz. Stand and remove your hats as we welcome Folk on the Road, led by Sue Engelsberg, to perform tonight's national anthem.
Turn it up, baby. Feel it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the tonight's slash today's matchup, whatever you want to call it. The sun's going down, but it's not down yet. As baseball, 9 innings to be played here at Dwyer Stadium. The Batavia Muckdogs taking on the Elmira Pioneers in a rivalry matchup. Their 4th of the season. As of now, the Muckdogs own a 3-0 series going against the Elmira Pioneers so far this year. The last time these two teams played, you only got to go back 8 days. July 3rd, that was a big packed crowd here. Batavia Muckdogs took home the win at 10-4. In full 9 innings of play, it was a matchup that the Muckdogs had a lead from the start and never looked back. But again, the one important thing here is that we're looking at Jake Sliz making a start that's been a long time coming for the Muckdogs. We have not seen him in quite some time, but it's finally that time, should I say, for Jake Sliz to make his appearance. The last time we saw him for the Batavia Muckdogs and get a start, at least, you're going to have to go back all the way to Jamestown Tarpskunks on July 1st. It was 10 days ago. You know, for not what I say, it doesn't seem like that long ago, but at the same time, it quite does.
Well,
If you ask me.
we're getting to the point now where every single day we've hit a schedule where we're traveling to a baseball game. So July 1st, obviously, like you mentioned, doesn't feel like a long time, but having games every single day, you kind of forget who pitches in every single day. And I'll be honest, I haven't heard Sliz's name in a while, too.
So again, Sliz, the last time we saw him, he's got the start nod today. It was the Jamestown Tarpskunks matchup at Batavia. Batavia took home an 8-6 win on July 1st. In that matchup, he got a win to his record. He completed a full 5 innings, allowing only 1 hit, no runs, 3 batters walked, and 4 strikeouts across 18 batters faced. So he didn't do much himself, but he was able to keep it clean. Again, only 1 hit. And that's sometimes what you got to do as a pitcher is lean on your defense, and he did it there. We did have his huge outing as well earlier in the season where he performed one of the highest strikeout totals we've seen in a game. That total, he had 11 strikeouts, that dating back to June 13th. So that was quite some time ago against the Newark Pilots at home. But again, 11-0, 11 strikeouts, only 5 innings. But had that record-setting night for himself then, and hopefully he does that again here against the Elmira Pioneers in a good matchup that we're just moments away.
Yeah, Batavia Muckdogs got to attack early in games like they did so many times. Obviously, the Batavia Muckdogs' way is to let other teams play their kind of game, that being aggressive, stealing bases, going for bunt attempts, getting a lead early, and then having other teams try to come back against them. That's just been Batavia magic for these Muckdogs.
So we saw the lineup earlier in our mini pregame show. If you missed that, don't worry. You're going to be able to catch right up here. With the Batavia Muckdogs defense out there, it's Sliz on the mound. Over at catcher, we have a new face, Patricio Garcia. In at catcher, standing at 5'10", 180 pounds, a junior as well. Rose right-handed from the hometown of local Batavia, New York, attending SUNY Brockport. For your infield, it will be Jalen Roque, Cooper Russell, Miles Manell, and Jackson Inman. And for your outfield, Kyle Vaughn, Jalen David, and Braden Reyna. So these new names that you're seeing, it's the Muckdogs just being the Muckdogs, finding new players. Is come playoff time, you're going to have a set roster, no more additions. So might as well bring in all the new guys you can to serve well for the long term, and especially at catcher. We had the injury last night to Joey Socorro. It was an injury to his hamstring. So he's out for the foreseeable future, not an exact timetable yet. But again, as he sits out, and Cooper Romick also out with a broken thumb, and the departure of Luke Raczynski, the catcher total for the Muckdogs is dwindling down, and right now they brought in a new face to serve as their catcher. Well, the first pitch for this game is underway as it goes for ball 1. So We're locked and loaded here at Dwyer Stadium. Let's get her done. A 1-0 count for the leadoff man for the Elmira Pioneers. It's right fielder number 52, Caleb Delaney. That's inside a 2-0 count.
Delaney has played in 19 games, and he started in all 19 games with a .475 batting average. In 59 at-bats, he's gotten 28 hits, 5 doubles, and 10 RBIs in the season.
2-0, it's now upstairs. Pushes the count to a 3-0. For the first batter. Sliz finds his first strike of the night. And that's right fielder number 52, Caleb Delaney, in the box, leading things off for the Pioneers. And sits it down. It looks high, but no, it's dropping in for strike 2 and a full count for the first batter faced.
So that's like we mentioned right there, that curveball, especially on that left-handed batter. Looks like it's about to hit him, but it just drops perfectly right down the middle.
Payoff and fouled off. We'll do it again. The Pioneers, they're coming off a 3-game win streak. Last night winning against the Olean Oilers at Olean 11-7. So they're trying to make up some ground. They're a little rough spot just a week ago. So they still are trying to hang on to the 4 spot in the playoffs. Swing fouled off on the second payoff pitch. We'll do it again once more. But again, sitting at a 15-13 record, they've won 3 straight. They don't really have a specialty home or away, unlike Batavia, which that script is completely flipped. They're just above 500 both home and away, 8-7 and 7-6 respectively. So we're back to another payoff pitch. Delivery from Sliz outside ball 4. And Delaney will be awarded first for the first batter faced for Sliz. Brings up designated hitter number 23, Nick Spanner, up to bat.
Spanner has played in 13 games. He started in 13 with .425 batting average with 40 at-bats. He's got 17 hits, 5 doubles, 2 triples, and 11 RBIs in the season.
Right now, but looking at Batavia, comparing them to Elmira, Batavia is 14-2 at home, so they defend their natural grounds very well when any opponent comes to town. In for strike 1 in the bottom half of the zone. In a way, they play fairly as well, going 8-4-1. So they still know what they're doing on both ends, whether it's familiar or unfamiliar territory. No 1 count. Pickoff attempt over at first. A little slow there. Realized he didn't have him and just trying to avoid the balk. But Batavia right now sits hot within the West Division. Staring down, runner going, the throw. Not in time, just slightly on the left side of the bag. Won't be able to apply the tag, as that rhymes, but a base stolen for Caleb Delaney. He's now on second base.
And that also wasn't really a bad throw by Patricio right there. Had the speed, just did not find the spot right there. But that's a good starting throw right there for his debut with the Muckdogs.
0-2, deliver home inside. 1-2 count. But the Muckdogs in their last 10, they're 8-1-1. Before that, they were 9-1. So that tie just replacing a win. If we go back 11, they're 9-1-1. They've been red hot as well as they're clamping down the 1 spot. Swing and a miss, and the first strikeout for Sliz gets it done against Nick Spanner. It brings up center fielder number 10, Brett Baker. First pitch, upstairs. 1-0 count.
Brett Baker has played in 24 games and started in those 24 games with a 390 batting average, 77 at-bats, 30 hits, 6 doubles, 2 triples, a home run that he hit here in Dwyer Stadium, and 26 RBIs.
So a 1-0 count. That's fouled off. We look at last night's game. Of all the players, the all-star victory for the Pioneers, should I specify, it was Caleb Delaney. 4 at-bats, 4 hits, 4 of 4, and absolute in control with 3 runs scored as well, and 1 runner batted in. That's off the glove of Garcia and allows Delaney to take another base as well. He now stands on third. So it goes for ball 2. A 2-1 count for Brett Baker, and Delaney just 1 base path away from scoring the first run for the Elmira Pioneers. We're ready, back to go. 2-1, swing and a miss. It's a 2-2 count. Last matchup, Brett Baker, he in his 5 at-bats only recorded 1 hit. On a day that went to his exact planning. And that's upstairs, another full count for Sliz. Full count, payoff. Inside, and will walk Brett Baker. Brett Baker's magnificent stat of getting on base in the past 23 games continues. It's now 23 games in a row that he's extended a streak of getting on base, whether it's just hit by pitch, walk, or a simple hit. He's able to get on base, and he's not too familiar walking back to the dugout too many times. So even though he went 1 of 5 last night, that 1 hit was good enough to keep the streak alive. But again, up to bat, it's third baseman number 1, Manny Castro.
Castro is one of their new signings right now. He's only played in 3 games, and he started in those 3 with a 429 batting average, 7 at-bats, 3 of them being hits, and 5 RBIs.
That's sent over to Roque at first, and he'll make the simple play over at 1. It'll bring in a run, though. It's 1-0. The Pioneers break the tie as 0 apiece here in the top of the first. The fielder's choice from Castro. So now 2 outs. A man on second for the Pioneers. That's Brett Baker. It brings up extra hitter number 5, Alex Davis. Davis, in his last matchup, he was able to get 2 hits out of 4 at-bats with 1 run and 2 runners batted in. So this set, checking over at second. No one covering the bag. Deals home, down in the dirt. 2-0.
Davis has played in 21 games. He started in those 21 games, a 313 batting average, 67 at-bats, 21 hits, 6 doubles, a triple, and 14 RBIs.
A 2-0 count, and punches that in, just missing the zone. A 3-0 count for Davis. So Liz looking over at second. No one covering the bag. Deals home on the 3-0 count. No green light as it's in for strike 1. It's a 3-1 count. Swing and a miss on the 3-1. Keeps this at bat going in favor of Sliz. It's back to a full count. Very common factor here off the full count. That's not something Sliz wants. Right now, that's the situation he's got. Payoff. And in there on the inside part of the zone. Davis didn't like that, but it doesn't matter. Strike 3 with his second strikeout of the day. Looking, brings an end to the top of the first. Elmira was able to bring in 1 run as it stands. And Batavia will get their first crack at the bat when we come back.
The third base dugout as we introduce the KMS Diamond Dance Team.
Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Sheriff John Brown come for you? Tell me what you wanna do.
We don't want you to like coming here. We want you to love coming here. Batavia Downs, official sponsor of the Batavia Muckdogs.
Who are you?
Fans, if you get hit with a foul ball, don't call our insurance.
Why is no one doing anything?
Call UMMC at Rochester Medical Center for help.
Should have called him.
We're back for the bottom of the first. Leading things off for Batavia, it'll be number 50 center fielder Jalen David. He needs no introduction. So he saw his emergence last night following the wrist injury, which put him out for a handful of games. But again, he's back after a very successful outing against the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. In that game, as we look, again, that one resulting in a tie, 12-12, going into extras. But looking in that matchup, we had many players put it all on the line. Jalen David was one of them. 4 at-bats, 4 hits, 4 runs, and an RBI. He was intentionally walked as well and walked another time.
On the mound for the Pioneers is Tobias Waldridge. Waldridge has played in 4 games. He has no record, no win, no loss, with a 22.5 ERA, 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 10 runs, 10 of them being earned, 9 walks, and 1 strikeout.
Again, Jalen David, utility player coming up to the box. Hometown of Bronx, New York, College of Holy Family, his sophomore year. Shows bunt off the first pitch, pulls it back. It's ball 1. But again, David, a very successful outing. Huge part in keeping Batavia in the game and helping them grow a late lead as that's down low, 2-0.
And David has played in 26 games. He's starting in all 26 games with a 378 batting average, 98 at-bats. 90 at-bats, 34 hits, 2 doubles, a triple, and 14 RBIs. But we know that he's a man that likes to get on base and also try to steal some bags early in these kind of ball games.
He's a magnificent stealer. As that's fouled off, a 2-2 count. Again, if we look at stats in terms of stealing around the league, no one does it better than Jalen David. Over the course of 26 games played, he's stolen 31 bases. Ahead of the second place man, that's Glenn Brooks by 4. 2-2. Watch as it goes by, and it's just a little outside a full count. Good eye watching that one all the way through. First batter face, it's the same script as Sliz. A full count for Waldridge. Payoff. Swing, gets underneath, fouled off. Glenn Brooks still dealing with an injury. He'll still be sidelined for the time being.
It is also a hamstring injury.
As he gets underneath that, skied high behind the backstop and caught by the catcher. So 1 out following the pop fly just behind home plate. Brandon Dubeck on the play for Elmira. Brings up number 2, third baseman Jackson Inman.
Inman has played in 23 games, and he's starting all those 23 games with a .423 batting average, 78 at-bats, 33 hits, 8 doubles, a triple, a home run, and 22 RBIs.
See if Inman's able to get back on track as he lines that over to short, and a huge snag from the shortstop of the Pioneers. On the run, sliding down, Jalen Tidwell able to snag that before it makes any contact with the ground for the second out. So first pitch, Inman goes down swinging, trying to get back on track. Last night we saw him have a little bit of a hiccup. Went 1 of 5, scoring 2 runs though and an RBI, and that 1 RBI he brought in was a huge factor for the Muckdogs, which it was off a triple in the top of the 8th that brought Batavia back to a 2-run lead as it stood for the time being. But again, that was a great momentum swing in that game where Batavia was just trying to break the constant tying between the Tarp Skunks. A 2-0 count as it stands for second baseman number 1, Cooper Russell. And very close for comfort, almost making contact, but it won't.
When you always get into a slump, there's always those two kinds of slumps where it's like you're getting balls in play and they're just getting caught with unlucky circumstances, or it's the ones where you're just not feeling the zone in these games right now. Jackson Inman is the guy that's right now hitting the ball. It's just not going down for him.
So 3-1 count, walks Cooper Russell. Again, a hometown of Lakewood, Ohio. Attending the College of Brown University following his commitment this past spring. So not only can he play ball, but he has obviously got the smarts some way, shape, or form. But a walk again for Cooper Russell puts him on first base. It brings up right fielder number 46, Braden Reyna, to the plate. Again, 2 outs. Inside in the bottom right. And 1-0 count. Reyna in his appearance last night, he went 2 of 4. 2 RBIs, 2 hits, no runs. Struck out 1 time as well. Gets underneath that, though, is Reyna. It's going towards third in foul territory. Called off by the third baseman, and he overran it. Tries to slide back in and get underneath it, but he can't. It will fall to the ground harmlessly. So the inning will keep going. It's now a 1-1 count for Reyna.
Yeah, it's already early in the game, and you're going to start losing the ball in the sun. And right there, you could just see he kind of started losing in the sun, and he ran past it because I guarantee that's when he lost it.
1-1, Cooper Russell looked like he was going, brought back only after making a quarter of the way to second. Strike 2, a 1-2 count for Reyna. Russell going, swing fouled off. We'll send Cooper Russell back. Reyna, again, a very new player for the Muckdogs roster. Statistically speaking, he's 2 of 4. His first game appearance. Not a playoff game, but felt like one. It sure did. 1-2. Pass ball all the way to the backstop and a hit by pitch. Or no.
No, that didn't hit him. It was a pass ball.
Just barely missing, but no. Thought for a second, no, won't make contact with Reyna. It's now 2-2. Cooper Russell stealing second. The wild pitch. Aldridge delivers, gets underneath that, sending it over to center. Deep, the center fielder trying to track it. twists the shoulders and the hips, and he's able to locate it at the last possible second. That's center fielder Brett Baker for Elmira on the play. 3 outs brings an end to the first inning. 1-0 for Elmira as it stands right now. The second inning right around the corner when we come back.
I'd like to withdraw some Muckdogs, please.
Muckbox?
Realistically, I can't withdraw Muckdogs here. But what I can do is do all my banking through Tompkins Bank, an official sponsor of the Batavia Muckdogs. I gotta get back to picking up my Muckdogs.
Here in Batavia, hard work and community goes hand in hand. That's why the Batavia Muckdogs are a proud partner with Farm Credit East, helping support the people of Western New York grow.
Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Sheriff John Brown come for you? Tell me what you wanna do.
We don't want you to like coming here. We want you to love coming here. Batavia Downs, official sponsor of the Batavia Muckdogs.
Home of your official Muckdogs L.
The second inning underway here at Dwyer Stadium. The Elmira Pioneers leading 1-0 as Batavia held scoreless. No strikeouts for Waldridge. Sliz, though, on the other hand, he's got 2, as well as walking 2 batters, which did result in Caleb Delaney after stealing second off the wild pitch and third. So far, he was on third, and the simple fielder's choice over to first base from Manny Castro brought in the first runner. It goes for strike 1. Up to bat is first baseman number 34, Jack Aylward. It's a 1-1 count now for Aylward.
Aylward played in 17 games. He started in 17 with a .227 batting average. With 44 at-bats, he's got 10 hits, 3 doubles, 3 home runs, and 10 RBIs.
1-1, it's outside, and a 2-1 count. Sliz on the delivery, down low, in a 3-1 count. Look at Aylward in his last matchup in just a second if this at-bat does continue for any more length of time. It won't. It's ball 4, and Aylward will be awarded first base. The third walk dealt by Sliz. So I can tell you that's not the start that he had in mind.
Yeah, but the last time when we saw him pitch was that Jamestown game, and he was in that very similar situation. He didn't start off that strong, and then we had that rain delay. But then after that, he was able to wheel and deal for the rest of the game.
So now up to bat, it's catcher number 3, Brandon Dubeck. Again, that's Aylward over at first base. Ball 1. A pickoff attempt to get Aylward on first. It's no good.
Dubeck has played in 23 games, and he started in the 21 with a .257 batting average, 70 at-bats, 18 hits, 5 doubles, a home run, and 18 RBIs.
Punches it in the bottom right of the slider. A 1-1 count. And now, unfortunately for Sliz, in terms of stats, he's tied his walk total in his last appearance at 3 already here in the top of the second. We'll sit that right down the center of the plate for strike 2. 1-2 for Dubeck. And the 1-2 has Dubeck swinging for another strikeout. At least that number keeps increasing, his third of the day. It brings up second baseman number 15, Tyler Adamo. Adamo in his last game played, which was not yesterday as well, or excuse me, correction. He did play yesterday for the extra hitter slot. In 3 at-bats, he recorded 1 hit, 2 runs, and was walked once, striking out once as well. So that goes foul. It's an 0-1 count as well.
Grayson, the last home game, we had that baseball get stuck on the net, and it's still there. So, do you want to try to place a second bet to see if it'll fall down this game?
That's too high, 1-1 count. I don't think it's coming down. That would be my bet. But Adamo in the season, a .280 batting average, across 82 at-bats, 19 runs, 23 hits, 5 of those being doubles, 3 triples, and 18 RBIs on 34 total bases. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Make that 1-2 in the blink of an eye. Adamo is also an important runner for the Pioneers to get on base. He's second in stolen bases. Right now for the Pioneers, they don't really do that too much. That's 8 for second on the team. The leader with 11 is Michael Gardner. Is that sent over to third? It'll get by third, staying fair to left field. And the play over at first, though, is an out. Able to beat him in the nick of time. Just staying in front of it, though. So I thought for a second maybe it passed by, but no. Blocked down. The put out for the Batavia defense. Sends Adamo back to the dugout.
Well, that was an absolutely unbelievable play by Jackson Inman right there, making that unbelievable play in the start of this game.
Shortstop number 22, Jalen Tidwell, up to bat for the Pioneers. Also appeared in last night's game against the Oilers. He fouls the first pitch off. But again, off the fielder's choice. Adamo, it did advance Aylward. He now stands on second base. Tidwell, in his last appearance, went 1 of 4. 1 run scored, 1 runner batted in. He was not walked, and 1 strikeout as well. Takes that down low for ball 1, a 1-1 count. Tidwell on the season. Over 54 at-bats, he's scored 18 runs, 14 hits, 2 of those being doubles, 3 triples, and 2 home runs. Second on the team in home runs with 12 RBIs and 28 total bases. So good mixture of everything in terms of hitting for Tidwell. The 1-1 is down low, blocked down by Garcia, 2-1. Home run leader, though, for the Pioneers, it's Jack Aylward, who now stands on second following a walk. Two-one. Swing and a miss. 2-2. The delivery from Sliz is chopped foul off the ground. We'll do it again. Again, 2 outs. Sliz in search of his 4th strikeout. Two, it's up high. So another full count for Sliz. Common theme right now for every at-bat he's been dealing. Not sure, at least for Sliz's sake, he's going to take a liking to that as his pitch count does increase far beyond the inning. Payoff gets underneath. It's going to center. David closing the gap if he can, and at the warning track, it gets down. Can't locate it in the sun. Going third is Tidwell, and then he's safe. He'll bring in Aylward for the score. It's 2-0 for the Pioneers, following a triple from Tidwell. That one all the way down at the warning track. David had a long way to run, and over the shoulder snag, not an option. Lost that troublesome in the sun for a moment. Couldn't quite locate it on the run as it makes contact with the warning track dirt. But again, 2-0 is the score for the Pioneers after the RBI triple from Tidwell, as his numbers already went through those in the batches of how he's able to get hits. Does increase in triple territory. He now leads the team in triples. It brings up left fielder number 37, Tyson Gingerich. Again, 2 outs, a 1-0 count, and Tidwell standing on third base. The 1-0 pitch inside. He's going to take a swing at it. It's blocked down by Inman on a diving attempt, but couldn't get the throw off, or didn't want to try to get an error on that, as that would have been a throw off his knee off the diving attempt. It brings in another run from Elmira, though, as Gingerich, a single within the infield, an RBI single, as that keeps momentum in Pioneer favor. 3-0 here in the top of the second, and we're back to the top of the lineup for the Pioneers. It's number 52 right fielder Caleb Delaney.
Yeah, Sliz is the kind of pitcher that usually can just get done with innings quickly right now. And this is the first time I've seen him in a while where he's been in a lot longer than we expected. And like you mentioned, that pitch count just keeps going up and up. He's also that pitcher that likes throwing somewhere around 5 to 6 innings. So we'll see what happens as we continue on in this game.
Following the pickoff attempt over at first. It's no good, an 0-1 count. First inning alone, we saw 3 full counts for Sliz.
As that one called strike one, 1-1s. Now your count. Or 0-2.
0-2 is the count. We already saw one just an inning ago off the triple from Tidwell, or not an inning ago, but an at-bat ago. Or now 2, that moved so fast from the swing from Tidwell and Gingerich.
Yeah, and they're just not. Well, obviously, it's either right now they're just trying to get very late in these counts right now. They have been fouling off so many pitches. Getting Sliz's pitch is just so high right now to where he has to be a lot more aggressive to try to get the punch outs. And right now, he's just either missing the zone or they're just hitting it off again.
And as that goes foul, count remains 0-2. We'll do it again. Gets underneath that. Shallow bloop to center field. And caught by Jalen David over in center left. It brings up the third and final out, but 2 more runs brought in for the Pioneers. They continue to do damage here to Dwyer Stadium. Batavia hasn't had a response yet. We'll see if they come up with one in a second. We'll stay on air for this as well, following the flyout from Caleb Delaney. But in that inning, it was the RBI triple from Tidwell, which brought Aylward home, as well as the RBI single and infield single, should I add to that, from Tyson Gingerich, which brought in Tidwell for 2 runs for the Pioneers. Right now, the Pioneers starting off hot. Their best start in quite some time on offense. As the Muckdogs offense, they've been hot as well. We'll take a look for their past few matchups where they've been on a scoring spree, and that should honestly be an understatement at that. Last game, they scored 12 runs on offense. That was, yes, going into 10 innings, but before that, they did score 8. And just a day ago, it was 17, 11, 8. So the past 4 matchups, if we call out including the extra innings, they've totaled a total of 48 runs. 48 runs in 4 matchups. They're averaging 12. Before that, yeah, there was the 2-1 win against the Americans, but you can't even just exclude that. If you want to go further back, they were scoring above 10 innings per matchup, including that 2-1 victory. So their offense is red hot. It's just a question of when. They've been playing late in the games when they make these comebacks, We saw that against Jamestown, where the offense then started clicking late in the game, as well against the Americans, where they were down 7-1 at one point and scoring 9 runs in the bottom of the 6th. So it's just not a question of will they, it's a question of when they will.
Well, because also like the team stats also show it perfectly. In terms of batting average, they are second. On base percentage, they are second. Slugging percentage, they are third. Runs, they are second. In hits, they're in second. So obviously, like you mentioned, those 48 runs in 4 games, the stats are also proving that they are hot right now. It's just, like you said, when will that come into play?
So leading things off for Batavia on defense, or offense. I was thinking about the Elmira defense. We did not go through that graphic. We will correct that in just a moment, but leading things off is Evan Brock for the Batavia Muckdogs. It's down low for a 1-0 count. No good there. It's 2-0. Again, no one has recorded a hit. The 4 batters faced for Waldridge in the bottom of the first for the Muckdogs. 2-0 delivery from Waldridge. Just down the lower end of the zone, but still punching it in. 2-1. Waldridge set, delivers. And Brock looking. Brought some heat, and it's going to stay within the zone. 2-2 for Evan Brock. Rips that. It's going foul, though. Over to left field. Oh, it's trail. Take another chance at it. Evan Brock in his last matchup, 5 at-bats, recording 2 hits, 1 run, no RBIs, and 2 strikeouts as well. 2-2. Outside, it's a full count. This seems to be a very similar trend between Waldridge and Sliz. They're going for long counts. I don't think any team is going to want their pitcher to have that, but that's once before us, and you can't change the facts. Payoff, going foul. We'll do it again. Payoff from Waldridge. Gets underneath that. It's blooped to shallow right. And a little bit of a backstep, and then realizing to correct his mistake as right fielder Caleb Delaney. He does get underneath it, though. In the end, it's a catch and 1 out for the Elmira defense. And now with 1 out, we'll take you through their entire defense and the names out there for the Pioneers. If we could get this graphic locked and loaded, it's not being friendly. There we go. Again, that's Waldridge on the mound. Brandon Dubeck at catcher. Over for your infield, Jack Aylward second, Tyler Adamo. Shortstop, Jalen Tidwell, and third will be Manny Castro. For your outfield, that's ball 1. Just behind the graphic for your outfield, we'll wrap things up. Tyson Gingerich, center, will be Brett Baker and Caleb Delaney at right. All caught up, it's a 1-0 count. Up to bat, it's Miles Manel. And punching it just in the bottom left corner for strike 1 is Waldridge.
And Manel is playing 21 games, starting 21 games with a 317 batting average, 60 at-bats, 19 hits, 3 doubles, a triple, and 13 RBIs.
Too low, a 2-1 count. Miles Manel. Again, he had a day off last night. He's back in the lineup, and we'll chop that foul. 2-2. Again, Manel from Yonkers, New York, attending the College of Mount St. Mary's University. He's a freshman over there, standing at 6 foot, 200 pounds. We've seen him all over the infield. Mostly short. We've seen the occasional third. He serviced well for the Muckdogs as a very successful infielder. 2-2. Waldridge on the pitch delivery. It's outside. Another full count. We'll see.
And we have just seen so many high pitch counts in this game right now. Both pitchers are probably going to be hitting.
And the payoff pitch won't be able to find the zone. Definitely there, getting by the catcher, but it doesn't matter. No one's on. Miles Manel granted first base. So one runner on, that's Miles Manel. It brings up 24 first baseman Jalen Roke. Jalen Roke, hometown of Tallahassee, Florida, from Thomas University, standing 6'4", 230 pounds. So when he's in the box, he's honestly got a pretty wide strike zone for any pitcher to find. We can also send that deep and forget a strike zone to find. He's finding Jalen Roke on a hit by pitch off the first pitch we see for Roke. He'll be granted first. 2 on for the Muckdogs, first and second covered with 1 out. It brings up left fielder number 22, Kyle Vaughn. Kyle Vaughn from Bradenton, Florida, State College of Florida. It's the university he attends. A junior there, standing 6'3", 185 pounds. Correction on the junior redshirt freshman. Just read the wrong column. We've seen him all over the outfield as well. A very notable left and right fielder for the Muckdogs.
And Vaughn has played in 16 games, and he's starting in 13 with a .231 batting average. With 39 at-bats, he's gotten 9 hits, 3 doubles, 2 home runs, and 7 RBIs.
That one initially brought down by Dubek, and then it kind of got away from him. He's able to recover. No runners move. A 1-0 count. One-0. Deals home, gets underneath. Sent to shallow infield. And who's got it? It's the shortstop, Tidwell.
Well,
The play, and they're calling it interference on Manel at second.
Yep.
It was a late call. He was trying to get out of the way, and sure, he lost it. He was spinning around the bag, and he finally switched over late, and they call it.
Yeah,
he moved to the other side of the bag, and they're still going to call it a Manel, and Skip's not happy once again. We saw it last night with the umpires. He was getting into it. He did get ejected in that matchup as well. And because it was his first ejection, there's no penalty. He does appear today's game, and right now he's arguing a very good case with the infield umpire.
Well,
over at Manel, he got it at second, dancing around, and in the end, he did get out of the way. I'm not sure what the exact call is.
Well, here's like another thing that you got to mention. It's an infield fly. It's an infield fly rule. You got a runner at second and first, and the ball is already hit to second field. There's going to be an out regardless. So it's an interesting call right there, and obviously he is trying to get out of the way in that situation.
The sun playing a nasty factor, and we've seen another unique call after unique call in every game, and there's tonight's already here in the bottom of the second, and out of interference from Miles Manel over on second base. He's called gone, and the flyout from Kyle Vaughn brings up essentially a very unique double play, I guess, you could, whatever you want to call it, for the Elmira Pioneers defense. But that brings an end to the second inning. 3-0 for the Pioneers. They take on a lead, and we'll be back in just a second. Third inning underway. Here we go. Leading things off for the Elmira Pioneers, that will be number 23 designated hitter Nick Spanner. Strikeout swing in his first plate appearance. We'll take a hack at it, and that's strike one. So type that in the wrong column. You can see Sliz up there at the top. Find that funny enough, but a little misinput. Fix, strike two. 0-2 count for Spanner. Again, he went down swinging. First plate appearance. Sliz ready to deal. Outside, 1-2. The strikeout against Spanner is one of 3 batters that Sliz has struck out. He's also walked 3 batters as well, allowing 2 hits. Drives that over to center field. It's going to get down in the outfield grass, and a hit for Spanner. Make that the 3rd hit for the Elmira Pioneers. He'll lead things off here in the top of the 3rd correctly. It leads up to center fielder number 10, Brett Baker, a walk in his first plate appearance. Now has teammate Nick Spanner on first. Swing on a miss off the first pitch. 0-1. Another swing and a miss, make that 0-2. So an 0-2 count in the blink of an eye for Baker. 0-2 from Sliz. Gets underneath that. It's going foul. Can Roke locate it in foul territory? Coming back for the ball, and he does. Makes the play. And 1 out for the Batavia Muckdogs defense. Caught in foul territory by number 24, Jalen Roke.
Yeah, this sun just keeps constantly playing a factor in this game. Right now, standing over by that left field line, and everybody on the right side of the field is just feeling it right now. Roke, once again, another player who I believe almost lost it in the sun right there.
Third baseman number 1, Manny Castro. Take pitch number 1 outside, a 1-0 count. It's outside again, 2-0. Able to record the first strike in this count. Now 2-1. And that's driven foul off the 2-1 pitch. It's now 2-2. So quickly behind the count, Sliz getting back ahead, or at least tying it. A 2-2 count. Sliz checking the runner first, delivers home, swing and a miss, and delivers another strikeout. That went a little bit of break between the last time we saw it, but again, another one is all you need. His 4th of the day going against Manny Castro. Brings up extra hitter number 5, Alex Davis. He was also a victim of Jake Sliz, a strikeout looking in his last at-bat. With 2 outs, Nick Spanner over on first. Pickoff attempt over at first, no good. Pitch home, it's going foul. First pitch goes down as strike one. A 1, driven over to left field. It's got time, though, for the left fielder to get underneath it. And Kyle Vaughn makes the play. 3 outs. Finally holds the Pioneers scoreless. It sits 3-0 between the two teams. And Batavia is still in search of their first score. And on top of that, their first hit as well, entering the bottom of the third. We'll be back in just a second.
Order for the Batavia Muckdogs.
Feeding the pack.
Gotta feed the pack.
Go dogs.
Go dogs.
Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Sheriff John Brown come for you? Tell me what you wanna do.
We don't want you to like coming here. We want you to love coming here. Batavia Downs, official sponsor of the Batavia Muckdogs.
Thank you. Vote on the road. Leading off your Muckdogs in the bottom of the third inning, the catcher number 9, Patricio Garcia.
There we go, the bottom of the third. Starting off, it's Patricio Garcia, the catcher number 9 for the Muckdogs. His first appearance, first at bat, first time for everything for Batavia this season. Again, coming in after being signed following the many injuries and departures at the catcher position, which has dwindled away as of recently for Batavia. It's ball 1. Again, to recap, Joey Socorro injured in last night's game. But I'll take a second to explain that. Garcia getting underneath it, going over to center, and caught by the center fielder, Brett Baker, for the first out. 1 out. But again, Joey Socorro injured, sprinting over to first late in the Jamestown game. In that time, suffered an injury to his hamstring, which has him out for a undetermined time window. Be able to learn that later, but as it stands, he's out for the foreseeable future. Designated hitter number 4, Jaden Vasquez, up to bat. 1 out. It gets swing and a crack at the bat going over to center fielder Brett Baker. He'll land in front of him, though, in the grass. And that's what the Muckdogs need. Their first hit of the game comes from Vasquez. He himself had a very nice outing just a night ago against the Terp Skunks. An impressive feat.
Yeah, so we're back at the top of the order right now, and in that whole first time, no strikeouts for the Elmira pitcher. So right now they are making contact on the ball. Right now it's just got to find that nice green grass.
So fresh count, we're back to the top of the lineup. Second center fielder, number 50, Jalen David. Pickoff attempt over at first, no good. But Vasquez in his last game, again, that being against the Turf Skunks. He went 4 of 5, scoring 1 run himself and 2 runners batted in. Another pickoff attempt, no good. But a very impressive outing from Vasquez, and he was a big part of why the Muckdogs kept their runners rotating out there on the base path. That's a little close to the outside half of the plate, but still enough for strike one, 0-1. Again, Vasquez standing on first base. Deal home, swing and a miss. Vasquez going to, no throw. He'll take second. Freely.
That's the Muckdogs baseball right there. Stolen base right there. Playing their offense right now is Jalen David now. He's got to fight this count.
0-2. Pitch to David is blocked down to short. The shortstop can't keep the glove out in front. Vasquez set home as it goes all the way to the outfield grass. First score for the Batavia Muckdogs. Vasquez keeps the momentum carried into today, taking a sprint home. It's 3-1. Muckdogs trying to climb back. Elmira still hanging on to the lead.
And now Jalen David sitting on first right now. Call him the speedster for a reason. I would not be surprised, especially with only 1 out. He tries to steal this bag.
So that does go down as an error against the Pioneers. Brings up third baseman Jackson Inman, E6 for the error. Pickoff attempt over at first, no good. But a play that does work for the Muckdogs' favor. Jalen David going, the throw to second. It had good timing, or for a moment it seemed like he had it. He missed it. It goes out to the man covering behind him. So David safe no matter what. The timing seemed close, but the throw off the mark. As that goes for ball 1 for Inman back at home plate. A stolen bag for Jalen David. It's really hard to bet against him when he's the leading runner out there in the base path. 1-0, David going again. That's the throw to third, no throw. He's too fast. Got to keep up with him and gets back-to-back stolen bases. And right now, he's in very good position for any kind of hit from Inman to bring him home.
Yeah, with all these stolen bases that he's had in the season, he's only been caught stealing twice. Just unbelievable stats in this season for Jalen David.
2-0. Gets underneath that, and by I mean a hit from Inman, it's going to go forward. It's fouled off 2-1. Can hear the large crowd here today getting into this game early on. Trying to jumpstart a comeback for the Muckdogs. That's outside 3-1 now for Inman. (3-1). Aldridge set. Delivers home the pitch. Gets underneath that. It's going to right field. Can he close the gap? He does. Tag up, though, going home. There's not going to be a throw. Caught by the cutoff man. And another run for the Muckdogs off the sac fly from Jackson Inman. It's now 3-2.
Inman right now doing his job right now. Jalen David did all the dirty work, stealing both of those bags. Inman just needed to get something in play, and he did his job in that at-bat.
So now 3-2. Second baseman number 1, Cooper Russell, up to the plate. Take strike 1 looking. But again, 2 outs following the sac fly from Inman. That's inside 1-1. And the pitch from Waldridge. Check swing. Did not go. It's now 2-1. Russell will watch strike 2 come in. Looks favorably inside, but called strike 2. Two pitch from Waldridge. Down in the dirt. Off his knee pad, and it's going somewhere else. Luckily for Elmira, no one's on the base path. That could have been easy. Base stolen. But no. Instead, we have a full count. Pitch gets underneath. It's shallow center. Brett Baker calling everyone off and catches it in the outfield center grass. 3 outs for the Elmira defense. It's 3-2 still in the Pioneers' favor when the third inning comes to a conclusion. We still have 6 innings of baseball left to be played when we come back.
I'll take 1 million beers, please.
Nah, man, we don't have that. Here, try this.
What's this?
This is beer from Eli Fish, the official sponsor of the Batavia Muckdogs.
That's unbelievable. Thank you.
No problem, man.
I'll have what he had.
Oh, didn't see you there. Welcome to the YMCA. Let me show you around. They have free weights and machines here at their state-of-the-art gym. They also have open courts here. And after all those activities, you can come to the pool and cool off. Remember, folks, you can find all these activities here at Glow YMCA, Genesee County Branch.
Fourth inning, here we go. For the Muckdogs, they were able to fight back, get 2 more runs in the bottom of the third, make it a little closer knit game at 3-2. Last inning we saw on defense for the Muckdogs, them hold them to the first, no runs scored. As 1 was scored in the first, try around for the Pioneers, and then 2 more, and then finally held scoreless. Is leading things off for the Pioneers is number 34, first baseman Jack Aylward. A walk in his first plate appearance. Troublesome man to have lead things off as he lasers that over Inman's head over to left field. It's going to reach all the way to the wall. Scooped up by Vaughn. The throw to second. It's just slightly cut off as a stand-up double from Aylward. So quickly for Elmira starting things off, and it's what I was trying to get at for Aylward is he's not someone you want to have leading things off, as he's able to hit it deep and get himself in good positioning. Though on stealing, you don't have too much to worry about. He hasn't stolen a base just yet. We'll see if we get the first here, second, and third. But it leads to number 3, the catcher, Brandon Dubeck, up to bat for the Pioneers. A strikeout swing in his first plate appearance. Won't swing at the first one. It's an just outside ball 1. Dubeck, another slugger, should I say, for the Pioneers. He's able to hit it deep and gets a hold of one. Outside, 2-0. His 5 doubles, his 18 hits, as well as a home run attached to that. But 2-0 for Dubeck. Gets underneath that. It's going foul out of play. 2-1. And that's Dubek with a .257 batting average. In terms of the Pioneers and stats, he's not in the top half, not in the bottom, right around 50. But when he's able to make contact, like I said before, it's usually juiced deep to the outfield. In there for strike 2. 2-2 count. And bloops that to just over the right field grass. A little stumble with the ball, but held up at third is Aylward. And that's the definition of a blooper, should I say. It just had a lot of air underneath it over the head of Cooper Russell at second. He couldn't make a play on it and falls harmlessly to the ground in right field grass. Puts runners on the corners for the Pioneers. They're trying to add on to the lead and quickly call an answer to the Muckdogs' 2-run score to just an inning ago. Brings up second baseman number 15, Tyler Adamo, out on the fielder's choice in his first plate appearance. Delivery home is in there for strike 1. Pushes the count 0-1.
And right now, Dubek is another batter that has no stolen bases right now. So runners on the corner. We'll see if he tries to make an attempt for his first stolen base in the season.
Oh, 1, make that 0-2. Doesn't go swinging at either. Damo, another notable hitter, though, for the Pioneers. So go swinging. We'll put it in play. Go foul. We'll redo the count. 0-2. Damo, 280 batting average. That's inside off the glove of Garcia and a free base for Aylward. He'll add one more for Elmira's case. It's now 4-2. The wild pitch brings in another run for Elmira. 4-2. And as well, Dubek advancing the second. Just too far inside for Garcia to get a clean snag on the ball. It's a 1-2 count. And again, a 4-2 score in the Pioneers' favor. That's sent over to center field. Closing in on it quickly, though, is David. 1 out. Following the fly out from Adamo. It's now shortstop number 22, Jalen Tidwell. Right now we have Coach Skips coming out, and that's going to bring an early end to Slizz's day. This was not the output I think we were expecting, or himself. His day does come to a much quicker conclusion than it usually does when Slizz does get the starting nod. In terms of stats, they're numbers that I don't think he would like to reflect on either. He came in today with a 14 flat. Strikeout per 9, that number will drop. Again, only serving a total inning count of 4 1/3 innings pitched. Only recording 4 strikeouts, walking 3 batters. He didn't hit anyone. But right now, as it seems, his batters are constantly able to get a hold of every pitch, as we're seeing flyouts and groundouts and multiple hits. We'll get that stat as well for you. Just trying to calculate it in a second. But here we go, 3 1/3 innings pitched. Again, the 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them being earned. 3 batters walked, 4 strikeouts, as said earlier, one of them looking across 18 batters faced and 77 total pitches. That was also another factor. Every batter he faced, that pitch count was going up. He reached a very common count of full, and in his place, in his relief, is number 30, Irwin's Branch.
Branch has made 8 appearances, has 1 win in the season with a 10.95 ERA, 12 innings pitched, 16 hits, 16 earned, 16 runs, 15 of them being earned, 14 walks, and 12 strikeouts. Branch is known on this team as one of the flamethrowers. He's got one of the faster pitches on this team right now, and yesterday had to use a lot of their bullpen arms, so they are very short in the bullpen for today's game. And right now, they are looking for a solid outing from Irwin's Branch to go long in this game.
We'll see how long it can go. Branch on the mound. He brings in a mixture of a fastball, changeup, and slider. Other than that, there's not too much room, but when he brings the heat, he brings the heat. So if he can find those in the zone today, that will bode well for the Batavia defense, as they're trying to get things going. Following the conclusion of Slizz's day, Slizz, again, an outing that did not match what he usually puts up. Tied for second lowest strikeouts. Tied for third lowest innings pitched. One of the most amount of hits he's led up, again, being a total of 5 hits. That's a new high against Sliz. But Orange Branch coming in. The first batter he will face is shortstop number 22, Jalen Tidwell. Tidwell knew what he was doing in his last at-bat. That lead it off for the first hit for Elmira. RBI triple. Again, Branch takes on a situation of a runner at second. That's Dubek. Following the pass ball, which brought in Aylward, Dubek taking on second. It's a 1-0 count, as well as 1 out. That's the situation Irwin's Branch will take on. It's upstairs and passes the catcher to the backstop. It will advance Dubek to third. So that was one discrepancy we saw with Irwin's Branch, is the heat that he brings, especially with a new catcher. He's going to have to watch out for passed balls. The heat, when he brings it, it sometimes is a little too much for the catchers to stay with. And especially with a new connection forming with Garcia, he's going to have to maybe tone it back just a little to make sure that they're both on the same page to prevent any further damage from the Batavia Muckdogs inflicting it on himself.
Again, even that slider that he loves using is one of those sliders that tries to hit that outside corner. And if it's missed and goes a little too far outside, it is hard to adjust as a catcher to make the play on it because it's so fast.
So inside, following strike one, a 3-1 count. 3-1 count, though, for Branch. Again, that's Dubek on third. They've already scored 1 this inning, making it 4-2. This is Irwin's Branch coming in for Jake Sliz in this inning. Swing and a miss, though. It's now a full count. Full count for Irwin's Branch. Going against Tidwell. He's set. Delivery. Payoff. And can't punch it down with the slider in the bottom right. It's too low. Ball 4. And will walk Tidwell to first base. So now runners on the corner situation for Batavia. Tidwell following the walk is awarded first. It brings up left fielder number 37, Tyson Gingerich. RBI single in his last at bat. Fresh count and a fresh batter following just warming up against Tidwell, which he went toe-to-toe. Fouled off on the first one for Gingerich, 0-1. Gingerich sitting around the .264 batting average, right in the middle of the pack for the Pioneers. Good slugging of 4.91 as well. 0-1, runners on the corners, 1 out is the situation. Pitch number 2, he'll drive that foul as well. 0-2. Gingrich keeping the aggressive mindset. He went swinging pitch 2 in his last at bat following ball 1. And he's making sure he's swinging early. 0-2. Will sit, finally, keep the bat on his shoulders. It's ball 1 upstairs. 1-2. One, 2 for Owens Branch against the last man in lineup, Gingerich. Inside, 2-2, blocked down by Garcia. Gets away from him, but not too far out in front. That's the one thing right now Owens Branch has to keep in mind, is that if any pass ball comes in, he's got to crash down on home plate. With Dubek threatening to score and bring it back to a 3-run lead. 2-2 count. Branch set. Delivery. Fouled off. We'll do it again. So again, we're going to do it one more time. Two. Fouled off. Once, twice. What's wrong with our third chance?
Yeah, both teams right now have been just going deep in these pitch counts right now. So many foul balls affecting these high pitch counts right now. Batavia, used a lot of their arms yesterday. So they're very short on arms today.
Two. Driven back to Branch. Play it 2 in time, play it 1. A double play for a Batavia defense. That's how you can come up with a response and put a pause on the streak Elmira had going. 4-2 is your score. Pioneers still hanging on to the lead, but Batavia holds off for at least more damage to not be done off the double play from their defense. They'll get another crack at it to hopefully tie things up. We'll see if they can. Leading things off will be Braden Arena. We'll stay on the air for this one. We'll go through the standings. We did a prep talk in our pregame show of what the scenarios we have out in front of us. We'll stay on air and continue off and do a little repetition for anyone that missed that. But for the standings, Batavia sits in first. 22-6-1 is their record. Right behind them is the Jamestown Tarp Skunks at 27-2, following a tie last night, 12-12 in 10 innings between the two leaders of the West Division. The Tarp Skunks are 1.5 games behind the Muckdogs as it stands right now. In at third is the Auburn Doubledays at 17-10. And at fourth, right now going toe-to-toe with the Muckdogs, is the Elmira Pioneers at 15-13. They're sitting above 500. They've been bouncing around that 500 mark all season during the midst. But right now they're trying to make a last-second push. They've won 3 straight. And they're just in front of the Niagara Ironbacks, who are also above 500, 15-14-1, a half game behind the Pioneers. They've also won 5 straight. So as they dog it out for the 4 and 3 seed, they're not too far behind the Auburn Doubledays. The rest of the league, the Oilers, Red Wings, Americans, and Pilots are trying to hang on. As it looks right now, these teams all have different amount of games left to be played. For Batavia, their magic number to clinch is 7. as it stands to make the playoffs, as every team, again, varying in games left, from all the way down to 11 to up to 16, they all vary. Right now, Muckdogs and Jamestown are in clinch watch. The Auburn Doubledays and the Elmira Pioneers are in position for the playoffs. Niagara Ironbacks are left chasing, and the Olean Oilers and Geneva are still alive. But as it stands, the Americans and the Pilots are on the brink of elimination as it stands. The Newark Pilots can only get a record of 19 wins, and for the Americans, they can only reach 22. So as long as 4 teams pass that mark, they were eliminated, and that number is slowly dropping by. Just behind you, if you missed it, blink too fast, we're off and ready for the bottom of the 4th. It's ball 1 for the leadoff hitter, Braden Reyna.
Right now, to give some quick scores around the league, as you talked about those standings, Jamestown right now is up 5-0 at Geneva Red Wings. The Auburn Doubledays are up 7-2 home against the Newark Pilots. Obviously, we have the game going on right now between the Elmira Pioneers and Batavia Muckdogs. And then the big one that I mentioned, Olean against Niagara Falls Americans. Olean's right now up 2-1 in the top of the 7th.
3-0 count, delivery, it's outside. Make that a quick ball 4. 4-0 count, will walk Reyna over to first base. Now up to bat, it's Mr. Reliable, number 11, the extra hitter for today, Evan Brock. A flyout in his first plate appearance. And the Muckdogs, they're down 4-2. They held the Pioneers to 1 run when it was looking sketchy. The double play to round things out. Played well. There's strike 1.
Little jump scare right there from one of our fans here in Dwyer Stadium.
An 0-1 count. Runner going. Did he make contact? Call no. So able to steal second. It's ball 1 is Evan Brock with the check swing. Trying to. All right, no, it's called foul.
It's called foul ball. So
it is called foul ball. And sent back to first is Reyna. That's the one thing I was questioning. But it makes it an 0-2 count. Take back what I said. 0-2 for Brock. Outside, 1-2. And Reyna at first still. One-two pickoff attempt over at first. No good, Reyna. Able to get back well in time.
Thank you, assistant manager and box office guy, Alex Smith, for the comment.
1-2. Outside as well. Can't punch that in the bottom right. Change up. 2-2. Up high. And it's going as a balk. So, in the end, Reyna is awarded second. So, with the balk, no pitch going registered. It's still 2-2. Pretend that pitch didn't happen. Reyna now standing on second. In the end, it didn't really matter. 2-2. Going down swing, drop strike 3. Evan Brock, a little hesitation. Didn't realize he had it, and that's the first strikeout for Waldridge. Getting Evan Brock for the first out in this inning. Brings up shortstop number 8, Miles Minnell. Walked in his last at bat, and we had that obscure interference against him over at second, which brought an abrupt end to the bottom of the second. One out. Reyna at second. Miles Manel at the plate. First pitch, it's by his head. He's going to have to duck out of the way. 1-0. Dribbled back to the pitcher, called foul though. 1-1. Miles Manel just trying to stay out of the way these pitches. He's all too familiar with getting hit recently. Point taking him out of a game. He was under a lot of duress in the box. I don't know what it is, but sometimes he's just got a magnet every other day, it seems. 1-1. Gets underneath that. Skied over to first. Called off by the first baseman and caught by Aylward for the second out. Of infield pop fly against Manel. Brings up the second out. Brings up first baseman number 24, Jalen Roque. Hit by pitch in the first pitch. His last at-bat. We'll see if this at-bat goes any longer. Fresh count. Still at second is Reyna. Will foul off the first pitch. 0-1. Trying to collect a new baseball. Just get back again. 0-1 count. Following the foul ball. We're set and ready. Aldridge just finding his first strikeout. Just 2 batters ago. Pickoff attempt. A little late one there. Avoiding the balk though in the end.
Yep, he had to throw the ball right there, or else that would have been called a balk right there.
So does survive. Reyna still at second. 0-1 count. Back at home plate. Again, that's Jalen Roque. Was beamed in the first pitch he saw this game. The 0-1 pitch outside. Can't drive that ball back within the zone. One and one for Roque. Reyna taking a sizable lead. No one covering the base. Gets underneath that. It's going out to left field, crashing in. Left fielder, and he's got it. On the play for Elmira, Tyson Gingerich, securing the third and final out for the fourth inning. It comes and goes. Elmira Pioneers still leading 4-2 after they added one more to re-extend the lead in the top. But since then, Batavia struggling to come up with a response as they go 4 up, 4 down, if you want to call it that way, however you want. Went through the standings. We'll take you through the schedule, though. For the upcoming schedule for the Batavia Muckdogs, as you can hear in the background, free ice cream for everyone here at Dwyer Stadium. Another reason to stop by is Mad Dog's always giving out free stuff. But again, we'll take you through the upcoming schedule. So one thing to stay on alert for is Sunday, that's just tomorrow, against the Niagara Ironbacks, a unique time slot, 1 o'clock. So again, against the Ironbacks, 1 o'clock tomorrow. Then for the rest of the week, Monday, against Jamestown at home for another pivotal matchup. The Muckdogs and Jamestown, their series, it's a 3-1-1 record as it stands today. They'll have 2 more matchups, including that one, as you see on Wednesday. But before that, Tuesday, against Niagara Falls Americans at Niagara Falls at 6:30. Then at Jamestown, 6:30 on Wednesday. At Olean, 6:30 on Thursday. Versus Olean here at Dwyer, 6:30 on Friday, and then against the Elmira Pioneers at 6:30, the 18th on Saturday. So a good mix-up of away at home against some familiar and unfamiliar foes that we haven't seen in quite some time, that being the Olean Oilers. Haven't played them in good amount of time, and Jamestown, there was that break, but finally bringing them back, and that one's not because of the foe, but just really the rivalry that we've had going all season long. The tie last night, 12-12, as well as the 3-1-1 series record that Batavia holds against them. That will come into a big factor come the end of the season. We just talked about playoffs, and talk about a game that has some implications. It will be that matchup. Again, just 2 days from now, and the matchup again from that only 4 days from now.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a big matchup. Basically, how it goes is that if the Jamestown Tarpskunks win both of those games, they tie up this head-to-head series. So then it becomes record against other playoff teams. So obviously it would be right now, it would be the Auburn Double Days and the record against the Elmira Pioneers for both teams. But if Batavia wins one of those 2 games against Jamestown, they will have control of the tiebreaker.
So here we go. Again, Irwin's Branch will be his first clean inning. Showing bunt is Delaney. Scooped up by Garcia, and that bunt will work. Lay down the third baseline, and it plays in favor of Delaney. Garcia trying to crash down on the ball. He couldn't get it in a good scoop. I don't think that ball was going foul either. So perfectly laid down by Caleb Delaney, leading things off for the top of the 5th, and back for the third go-round for the batting order for the Pioneers, but reaches first off the successful bunt. Now up is designated hitter number 23, Nick Spanner. He's 1 of 2 on the day, a strikeout and a single in his last at-bat. Getting underneath the first pitch, goes foul, 0-1. Look at Irwin's Branch now that it's his full inning going forward. For the time being, we'll take a look at his recent stats. We already went through his stats, but I'm more talking about the last game which he appeared in. For that, you have to go back not too long ago against the Niagara Falls Americans in the 17-8 victory for the Muckdogs. Looking at that performance for Branch, only served 1 inning. He got the win as well. 1 hit allowed, 1 run, it being an earned run. 1 batter walked and 1 strikeout across 5 batters faced, but still getting credited the win. A 1-1 count going against Spanner. Drives that over to short, gets past Vasquez. And a base hit, putting himself on first and Delaney on second.
That also puts Spanier now 2 for 3 right now in the game. The top of the lineup has just been able to get on base early, whether it's walks or base hits right now, to open for the cleanup man and for the number 3 hole to cash in on these runs.
Center fielder number 10, Brett Baker, up to bat. Walked in his first plate appearance and a flyout in his second. Still in search of his first hit. We'll see if the hitting parade continues. Again, fresh. That's inside. 1-0 count. On the first pitch inside, Branch set, delivers, showing bunt, lays it down, stays fair, right in front of Garcia, and he makes the put out at third, gets out the lead runner, Delaney. A good play there at the fielder's choice off the failed bunt attempt, which sat down right in front of Garcia. No call for foul, so he instantly picks it up, doesn't even try to let it go anywhere, knowing that he could make an easy put out at third, and he gets it down. So the bunt does not work. Baker does reach first off the fielder's choice, but it takes out the lead runner, Caleb Delaney. Spanner now at second. It brings up Manny Castro with 1 out. Drives it right back to Branch. Play at second. Back into toss from Cooper Russell. They get what was a close play at second, just stepping off the bag. Cooper Russell, a quick toss. Vasquez, I don't think was quite expecting, and the throw also wasn't right where it needed to be, a little off the bag, but Vasquez able to finally come down with it and ensure the out at second. So off the fielder's choice that way, it sets up a runner's corner situation for Elmira. 2 outs, though. So Castro reaching first off the fielder's choice. It takes off Brett Baker and leads to Spanner reaching third. Again, 2 outs and extra hitter number 5, Alex Davis, up to bat, outside 1-0 count. Off Garcia's gear, the play at the plate, not in time. A throw that gets away from Garcia brings in a run for the Pioneers, and that's what I mentioned early. You got to watch out for those situations. And not ready, as Garcia did seem to have it for a second, but it just took a unique bounce off his knee pad, going up and over himself and getting by him for ball 2, and it brings in a runner as well, advances Castro to second. It is now 5-2 in Pioneers' favor. Two-0 count. Outside, or I guess not, labeling the top right corner. Put a stamp on it, 2-1.
He's getting you on these super late strike calls right there.
He is. This umpire has not been favorable for a broadcaster's perspective with the late calls. I guess maybe I got to tone myself down on my own personal calls. 2-1. That's in there in the lower end, 2-2. See if Branch is able to find his first strikeout. Hasn't been able to so far, but again, 2-2. Delivery from Branch, and has him looking. Went from top right to bottom right, and that's how you get it done. First strikeout for Branch against Alex Davis. It's going down as looking, and retires the top of the 5th. One more for the Pioneers. They extend it back to their longest lead, which they had early in the game, 3-0. It's now 5-2 for the Pioneers. As it stands, Batavia trying to come back into this game if they can. And we talk about late story comebacks for the Muckdogs. Hopefully we'll find it here, entering the bottom of 5th when we come back. Hey man, welcome to Whole Life. How you doing?
What is this place?
Oh, don't worry. It's the best gym you can find in the Batavia area. Open free weights at any point, anytime. Don't forget, this gym is open for 24 hours. Don't worry, if you're not even just trying to use weights, you can use calisthenics as well. But again, official gym of your Batavia Muckdogs for a reason.
Where do I sign up?
Don't worry, let me bring you to the front desk.
Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Sheriff John Brown come for you? Tell me what you wanna do.
We don't want you to like coming here. We want you to love coming here. Batavia Downs, official sponsor of the Batavia Muckdogs.
All right, Dewey, what are we thinking here?
Hi, how are you today?
I'm great, how are you?
Good. Are you guys all set?
Yes, we are ready.
Okay, what can I start you with to drink?
To drink, can we just get 2 waters, please?
Of course. And then did you decide on your meals?
Yes, we are ready, aren't we, Dewey?
Wonderful. What can I get for you?
Can we start with the Alex's Cut?
Of course. All right.
All right.
What else can I get for you?
Dewey?
Ribs?
Dewey will take Alex's famous baby back pork ribs.
Fantastic.
Try Alex's Ribs at Alex's Place, the official sponsor of the Batavia Muckdogs.
Leading things off in the bottom of the 5th, it's number 22, left fielder Kyle Vaughn. Kyle Vaughn a flyout in his first plate appearance. and takes a swing at the first pitch, trying to find the gap between center and left, but the center fielder for the Pioneers, that being Brett Baker, able to close the gap and secures the first out for the Elmira defense. That's right now seeming to be the trend for the Muckdogs. They're getting a little too underneath these pitches as the flyouts just keep coming in bunches. If I am correct with this stat, that should have been their 10th flyout. I don't believe they've grounded out except for off a fielder's choice. But other than that, it's all been flyouts. That goes for ball 1 against catcher number 9, Patricio Garcia.
In every single game we have seen, or every single inning we have seen, either long counts or them just seeing that first pitch, which they're making contact on, but right now it's just not finding that green grass that the Muckdogs are looking for.
2-0 count, flyout in his last plate appearance for Garcia. It's up high, a 3-0 count. Will he get the green light? No. Bottom left. 3-1. Shows bunt, lays it down right in front of the catcher. Waldridge on the throw. Are you kidding me? Called out at first. And I can't believe that call. I think he got there.
Yeah, it's definitely a close call right now, and I'm just surprised. Not even like the ability to talk with it, look at it. The call has been made.
I mean, Skip's already had his one interaction. So I don't think he's looking to keep fighting with the umpires. He's already been ejected once this season. That going to last night. So that's a pass ball of ball 1, but no one's on. Now up to bat is number 4 designated hitter, Jaden Vasquez. One-zero gets underneath it. It's going foul. 1-1 and out of play. If you're interested in buying the playoff package, you do have the option to stop by the ticket office as well to purchase any playoff tickets you may want. Excuse me, got a little hiccup in my throat there. But again, stop by the ticket office. You can buy any tickets there, as that's between the legs of the catcher. 2-1. Yeah, anytime you would like to stop by, buy any tickets for the last remaining regular seasons, playoff tickets, package is also available, as well as season tickets for next year. 2-1, gets underneath it, out of play, 2-2. Two, outside. It's a full count. This is a very common count. You could say that just in general about baseball, but for tonight, it seems to be a specialty on the menu. Full count payoff, driving it foul. We'll do it again. But right now, especially when Sliz was in the game and Waldridge, who is still currently in the game for the Pioneers, both pitchers commonly were reaching a full count situation. I can tell you it impacted Sliz's short run. But a full count will do it again. Payoff, gets underneath it and make it foul once more, twice. Rinse and repeat, why not? Payoff, and that's outside. Ball 4. and will walk Vasquez over to first. That was the 5th full count for Waldridge. And that will go down as well as his 4th walk. So 2 outs and the walk from Vasquez brings us to the 3rd go-round for the Muckdogs in their batting order. It's number 50, center fielder Jalen David. A flyout and reaching first off the error against the shortstop. Fresh count. First pitch, he'll take a swing at it. Back to the shortstop. Scoop, underhand toss off the shovel, and it works for the putout for the Elmira defense. 3 outs brings an end to the bottom of the 5th. And right now, the 5th inning is off the scorecard. It's written in pencil. For now, 5-2. The Pioneers holding on to the lead. We'll be back in a second. At least Jarrett will be. I got a few words for you. It's that time again. A few words from our sponsors. And from Go Health New York, has your child been tested for lead? The only way to know if your child has lead poisoning is to get them tested. All children should be tested at ages 1 and 2. Talk to your healthcare provider or the lead poisoning prevention staff from the Genesee County Health Department at 585-344-2580, extension 5555, about a blood lead test for your child today, or for more information on transportation to get tested. And a message from Mental Health Association, Wellness on the Go, WNGO offers mobile mental health supports through Medicaid managed care plans across Niagara, Genesee, and Orleans counties. For more information or to make a referral, call us at 585-345-0448. And here we go for the 6th inning. Leading things off for the Elmira Pioneers. That will be Jack Aylward. Aylward, 1 of 1, walked a double. First pitch is upstairs, a 1-0 count. Again, Branch still out there on the mound for Batavia. The 6th inning last time, and not only last time, it's just a notable inning for the Muckdogs if they wish to start a comeback. Downstairs, 2-0. The one thing, if you could get my rift, should I say, I'm hinting back at the Niagara Falls Americans comeback where they scored 9 runs in the bottom of the 6th. They're going to need some kind of magic from that, should I say, to come back down 3 runs. As it stands, Pioneers hang on to a 5-2 lead. Swing and a miss, make that 2-1 for the count against Aylward. Surprisingly enough, Aylward right now has led off the 2nd, the 4th, and the 6th inning. It always comes back to him, it seems, for every even inning. We'll see if that trend continues. That would just be a random stat to find notable. I don't know. That one's tickling my brain. But 2-1.
It's an interesting stat.
Getting underneath it, it's going over to right field, shallow, and caught for the Muckdogs. First out Braden Reyna out there in the outfield today to get the first out. It brings up number 3 catcher Brandon Dubeck. 1 of 2, strikeout swinging, and a single. The first pitch for Dubeck inside, ball 1. Again, one thing to note, following the 1-0 count, I'll make the announcement, but 1-0. Strike 2, or excuse me, strike 1, 1-1 count. Got confused.
What was your announcement?
One count, down in the dirt, 2-1. But we do have some interviews with players coming up to be released on our YouTube channel. So again, you saw in the first wave, session 2 right around the corner. That will be released tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Again, don't forget to subscribe and make sure notifications are on to make sure you don't miss when we go live or provide any more behind-the-scenes action for the Batavia Muckdogs. And don't forget to also check us out on all of our other social media platforms, Instagram, X, TikTok, Facebook. We're on all of those, and we post game day updates, news, and whatever else is going on at Dwyer with the players. Get the chance to interact and see more behind-the-scene action there. 2-2 count. Inside, he's going to take a hack at it on the inside part of his bat. We'll redo the count. It's still 2-2. Can't find the punch out. With a strikeout, it's outside, a full count for Branch. We'll see what option he elects to slide in here. Could it be a slider, change up? I'm going to say heater.
I'll go slider.
That is a typical trend he does like to go to finish batters off. Full count. Straight heat, but it's too low. Can't punch it in the zone, and will award Dubeck with a walk to reach first base. Again, 1 out. Now Dubeck located the first base bag. It brings up second baseman, number 15, Tyler Adamo. Out on a fielder's choice and a flyout. Still in search of his first hit and first time getting on base. Up high. And a 1-0 count. One up. Branch on the delivery. Swing. It's going foul and out of play. What an impressive catch from the fan. He hit the stands, but took a ricochet, and he was ready with the glove. Now that's baseball ready. As I was taught by my dad, no, it wasn't being ready for a pop fly necessarily, but just within the infield, butt down, hands in front. That was the position I was always reminded and yelled at, and whatever else came with it to always be at the ready following the pitch. But 1-1, 1-2. That's one thing I'll never forget about my playing days is that saying and the reminding everyone how many outs there was. It doesn't matter where you were located. If you got the out, you were reminded by every other player out there on defense how many outs there was.
You also always had those fancy fingers. That
1-2, it's chopped over to second. Inman coming across Vasquez on the run, able to make the put out on the fielder's choice at first. takes away the play from Vasquez on the full sprint. Or excuse me, Manel. But jumps out in front of Miles Manel for the play. And is able to make the put out at first. An impressive play there. Again, 2 outs. It does advance Dubek to second base. Number 22 shortstop, Jalen Tidwell, up to bat. First pitch is down in the zone. A 1. RBI triple in his first plate appearance and walked in his second. But again, Inman, I think, elected to take it, seeing how he would be on the move and already have his body and momentum to try to beat out the runner. From Manel, he would have had to go from crouch to standing just to get the throw off. Inman was at the ready coming across in front of Manel. Inside, a little shimmy of the legs, able to avoid a contact hit is Tidwell. 1-1. Another pitch inside, and it's grazing him. It will hit him, and it will be a free base for Tidwell. He's awarded first, 2 on, and skips coming out to end Irwin's Branch's day. That will bring it to an end that, honestly, I didn't see coming, but it's the Fridge coming out from the bullpen. That's Carter Fridge Ward coming into relief Irwin's Branch.
Yeah, right now you just had constant runners in scoring position right now. And they're getting to the point now is that every pitch you start to figure out more about the batter. One thing that we always talk about in baseball also is that you are whispering to the person on deck what pitching trends you might see. And with a bullpen guy, especially with, like you mentioned, only having that fastball, slider, and changeup, you start to figure out the pitch mix. So bringing in Carter Fridge is the hope to really get out of this situation and bring a fresh eye that they'll have to look at.
So right now we will look at how Branch's day came to a conclusion. On the day, he served a full 2 innings pitched, 2 hits allowed, 1 run, that being an earned run, 1 batter walked, 1 strikeout across 8 batters faced, and a total of 27 pitches. So on the day, he did very well. Again, keeping damage to a minimum, allowing 2 hits, 1 run. He only got 1 strikeout, but in the end, he was still able to only hold the Pioneers to 1 run, and that's really the metric that you're always going to be looking at when the game is said and done. Yeah, the strikeouts play well on the stat sheets, but if you can withhold the runs, that's most likely going to bode well for the win, and that's what really matters. But again, Carter Fridge Ward coming in for Irwin's Branch, and Jarrett, take me through his stats.
Yep, he's made 7 appearances with a 2-1 record with a 7.98 ERA in 14 innings pitched. He's had 12 hits, 15 runs, 13 of them being earned, 13 walks, and 18 strikeouts.
Again, Carter Fridge Ward. Hometown of Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. Attends the College of... I have not read this one in a while. Chattahoochee Valley Community College. That's a mouthful. Left-handed pitcher, standing at 5'10", 180 pounds, and a freshman. We'll see if he's able to bring some stability for the Muckdogs. They're down 3, 5-2 to the Pioneers. Pioneers recording 7 hits so far. The Muckdogs only 1. They played clean defense. The one lone error in today's game going against the Pioneers. Defense is going to have to stay clean to trying to finish this out with a comeback as well. Fridge will take on 2 outs with 2 on. First and second covered by Pioneers players, and it brings up the last man in the lineup, number 37, Tyson Gingerich. RBI single in his first plate appearance and a ground that turned into a double play in his second.
And Ginrich, right, like you mentioned, middle of the pack in terms of the batting average, 264. He's got 10 RBIs and a home run in the season. So somebody you can't tread lightly with in this at bat.
That's slapped over to Cooper Russell second, and a put out that's too high, but able to sit back down is Rowe. Good thing he stands at an astounding 6'4", jumping up and falls back down. The use of gravity is a useful thing in this world, I guess you could say. After that, the third out brings an end to the top of the 6th. No runs, or excuse me, 1 run for Elmira. It's 5-2 heading to the bottom of the 6th, where the Muckdogs are trying to get the bats going. They need it here, and hopefully some magic against the Niagara Falls Americans can transition tonight here in the bottom of the 6th, and they can go on a run and bring in some runs as well. But we'll be back in just a second to see if the comeback is possible. 4 more chances for the Muckdogs as they sit down 3. We'll be back. And the bottom of the 6th, here we go. Still out on the mound for the Pioneers is Waldridge. His day does continue. We'll see when that day comes to an end. He's reached a total of 83 pitches across 21 batters faced. I mean, he's still in there for a good reason. The first batter he faces is number 2 third baseman Jackson Inman, and it's ball outside. Inman a fly out and a sac fly, which brought in a runner on the day so far. 1-0. Waldridge able to just hover on the outside part of the plate. These late calls by the umpire slowly and surely getting to me, but
They're trying to get you even more, yeah.
a 1-1 count.
As it was swung on and missed. 1-2's now your count on Jackson Inman.
1-2. Pitch. Down low, bouncing off the dirt and off the gear. 2-2. Two count. Delivery from Waldridge. Fouled off. We'll do it again. That's going foul. We'll do it again. Once, twice. We'll see if that's enough to put it in play.
Yeah, right now we are just seeing no action over near the Elmira bullpen. People are just sitting. Some people are running over right now, though, but he's looked to stay in this game for a little bit longer.
2-2, that's going foul. So once, twice, thrice. It's still a 2-2 count. The delivery. Once, twice, thrice, quadrice. Not even sure if that's a word, but I'm going with it.
I don't know. I just thought that was the fourth one was an actual word too, because you just said it with so much confidence.
Two. Driven over to center field. Can it get down in the gap? And a lunging snag by Brett Baker on the run, able to rob a potential hit from Inman.
Man, this slump is just really starting to hurt Inman right now because he hasn't struck out. Every ball that he's hit so far has been in play, but nothing's just hitting the grass for him.
It leads to number one, second baseman Cooper Russell up. He was walked his first plate appearance and then a walk, or a flyout, had him backwards, but a walk and a flyout in his 2 plate appearances. His third one underway with 1 out. It's ball down low. Sends that over to third, and are you kidding me? Another snag. And hold on, a drop over first, safe, so you get the reward in the end, as that was just an unfortunate play. Lined over to third, an impressive snag, though, from Elmira defense. Once again, this time Manny Castro sends it over to first, and it was a little too high. The first baseman trying to come down with it. If he had held on, I think he had it, but Aylward drops it down, and reaching first is Cooper Russell. That goes down as another error against the Pioneers, but it works again in favor for the Muckdogs. Cooper Russell now on first. It brings up right fielder 46, Braden Reyna. It's ball one, a 1-0 count. Reaching first off the error from the third baseman. E5 pickoff attempt over at first. Cooper Russell saw that from a mile away. He was already at the bag. The 1-0 pitch is in there for strike one. A 1-1 count for Reyna. A flyout and a walk in his first 2 plate appearances. Hits not a common factor for the Muckdogs. They've only have 1. Dribbled over to first. It's going foul. That one is another situation playing in favor of Batavia. Don't want to risk a double play there. But foul will push the count 1-2. That's out, ball outside, a pickoff attempt by the catcher. This one a lot closer than last time. The catcher able to make a good throw with timing, but Cooper Russell barely beating it out. Check swing does not go. And ball 3, a full count for Waldridge. Pickoff attempt over at first. Really trying to get Cooper Russell off the base path. I mean, there's a good reason for it. We keep mentioning, we always will hear the names Jalen David and Glenn Brooks whenever we mention stealing. Cooper Russell going to second, able to get at second, and the throw to first. Out at first is Reyna. So kind of ill-timed speaking there, and I'm going to say because Cooper Russell, he's pretty decent at stealing. He's third on the team with 14 stolen bases. Was running before the contact, but out on the fielder's choice from Reyna. Brings up 2 outs. Russell stationed at second. And extra hitter number 11, Evan Brock. Swing and a miss off the first pitch. Fly out and a strikeout so far. Inside. A 1-1 count for Evan Brock. Swing and a miss now for Brock. 1-2. Waldridge, 1 strike away from completing a full 6 innings this game. And that's outside. 2-2 count. Checking over at Russell. No one coming in the bag. Delivers home outside. Full count once more for Waldridge. And this time in the box, it's Evan Brock. Again, full count, a common theme tonight. Waldridge, though, has been able to win a good amount of the battles. He's walked 5 batters. Excuse me, 4. I will make my correction, but payoff. Ripped over to left. Can it get down? No! Another hit. Stopped in its track, a flyout. Gingerich on the catch. That's the 12th flyout from the Muckdogs. They are making contact, but they just can't get the ball to land. With that, that's the 12th flyout. You just can't emphasize this enough for this matchup. It's just the Muckdogs, they're getting contact, but they're getting too much underneath some of these, and just some of them, not even that, it's just unfortunately lined out to the outfielder, infielder, whoever it may be, but they just can't catch a break. If we look at the other numbers, excluding scenarios on fielder's choices, there's only been 1 straight up ground out, and fielder's choices, there's been 2.
Yeah, you would think with like 1 out, the pitcher's dominating right now. Not really. He's been in long counts, like somebody mentioned right there. He's already hit 100 pitches right now. And right now, just nothing's hitting that green grass that they are looking for. They're getting the runners in scoring position with walks and then stealing bases, but they just can't cash in on these opportunities. But luck will soon hit them with how many times they've hit a ball in play.
I can tell you right now, after hitting 106 pitches, there's some people up and moving. I think they just finally sent a player to finally get moving, because there's not been a lot of motion over there in the bullpen for Elmira, and that's been the surprising factor, even though he's at 106 pitches. Again, now pitching for Batavia, it's Carter Fridge Ward. as he came in relief for Owens Branch. For the time being, we'll take you back around the league and what's going on in scoring for the rest of the other teams. We'll start off within the West Division. Jamestown Tarp Skunks are dominating the Red Wings 7-0, already reaching the top of the ninth. And then staying again within the West Division, you have the top of the sixth. Newark Pilots and the Auburn Doubledays. It's tied at 8 apiece. Olean Oilers going to extras against the Niagara Falls Americans. Olean Oilers leading 4-2 in the bottom of the 10th. The Americans trying to snap this 10-game losing streak. And right now, it's almost about to be 11. And that rounds things out for the West. For the East, the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs are losing against the Amsterdam Mohawks 3-10 in the bottom of the 6th. Oneonta Outlaws against the Boonville Lumberjacks, again in Oneonta, winning 12-1. And then the Saugerties Stallions and the Blue Sox, it's the Stallions in Saugerties 8-6. First pitch, very late call. Again, always having me fooled, but in there for strike one on the outside edge of the plate. And up to bat is number 37, Tyson Gidrich.
Yeah, I guess we just got to wait for him to finally finish the call.
Or excuse me, correction, Caleb Delaney. Fouled it off, a 0-2 count.
Again, to talk about the Niagara Falls Americans, they are getting close to the longest losing streak so far this season. Right now, the Newark Pilots was the ones that hold it at the start of the season.
And a strikeout looking, going against Delaney, and that's a good sigh of relief for the Fridge. Gets it done in 3 pitches, and that's a notable reason because we always mention stealing. We like to mention it for the Muckdogs, but for Elmira, they don't do it a lot, but Delaney is someone who does steal as well and is a very good leadoff positioner. And he was leading things off here in the top of the 7th, and that's just a good name to get off your plate, and quite literally off home plate. Fresh count, 1 out, following the first strikeout for Fridge. It's number 23, Nick Spanner, the designated hitter. And there for strike 1 as well. Spanner 2 of 3 on the day, a strikeout and back-to-back singles. Finally, the streak will end for Ward. It's up high, 1-1. Swing and a miss. Can't make contact. That's why you didn't hear anything. 1-2. One, two. Gets underneath that. Sky to center. David looks like he's got it, and he does. A fly out from Spanner brings up the second out. Center fielder number 10, Brett Baker, up to bat. Here's one thing to note. We did just talk about the bullpen for the Pioneers, and there's still no one warming up. So unless I did miss someone jog down in an early spot to the dugout.
No, somebody definitely did jog down. I saw that too.
Unless I missed that, there's no one warming up as of now for the Pioneers. But again, I could have missed that, so I'm not going to eliminate someone coming in. 2 outs, going against Brett Baker. Bounced off over to first. It's going foul, and 0-1 count. All 1 is now 1-1 as it's blocked down in the dirt. Down low, pushes count 2-1. And Brett Baker walked in his first at bat, then a flyout, bunted into a fielder's choice. Gets underneath, it's going foul and out of play over to left. 2-2.
In need of auto glass, call Tri-County Glass. Elephant Street in Batavia.
2 outs, 2-2 count. All twos outside, full count. Driven over to left. He'll find the gap between left and center. Scooped up by Vaughn, and it's a single for Brett Baker. Brett Baker getting the first hit recorded against Cardiff Ridge Warren. And his first hit of the day brings up third baseman number 1, Manny Castro. That's a little punch to the gut with 2 outs, just trying to go 3 up, 3 down. It didn't work there, following the single from Brett Baker. Castro, though, hit into a fielder's choice in his first plate appearance. A strikeout swinging and reached first off fielder's choice. That one off Garcia's gear. A pass ball advances Brett Baker to second. It's a 1-0 count. The Muckdogs just trying to bring an end and keep things clean from here on out, as they're still down 3, 5-2 against the Elmira Pioneers in the top of the 7th. They've been down all game long, but not sniffed the lead yet, or a tie. 1-0. Checking the runner at second. No one covering the bag. Cooper Russell shifted back into position. Just high. Barely above the zone. 2-0. And drops it in. That's what you need there. Get back on track, solve the puzzle, and send your guys back to the dugout. With 2-1, that's what Ward is trying to get done. And deals it in. Bottom right, 2-2. Last 2 pitches sliding in. A little lacking in speed, catching the batter lacking. It's 2-2. Russell at second. Sent back, shift. 2-2 pitch. And just inside, it's another full count scenario. Last time we saw a hit from Brett Baker. But for Castro, we'll see if his story gets written with the same or a different ending. 3-2, payoff, delivery, up high. So it will be a walk. Different ending, but not the one the Muckdogs needed. And first and second covered by Pioneers players. It brings up extra hitter number 5, Alex Davis. He's 0 for 3 on the day, striking out twice and a flyout. Coach Grant coming out, so we won't see a pitching change. First time we've actually seen Grant come out. We've only seen skips. Not something we usually see in the case of pitching, where we do get the first trial run of Coach Grant coming out, talking things over, giving his guy a break. But no, the past 2 times we've seen a pitching change, it was just that, a pitching change only. No alert, nothing from Coach Grant.
Yeah, right now he's a little sporadic right now. He's kind of not hitting his spots yet. So Coach Grant's going out there to kind of calm him down a little bit. He does have 2 outs. He just needs to get that 3rd out and with no damage.
Coach Grant making his exit. Again, first and second cover. 2 outs, a fresh count, and up to bat is Alex Davis. Again, he's 0 for 3 on the day. One thing right now for the Muckdogs, it's one of those days where we're going deep in the bullpen. We had Sliz at the ready, but behind him, not too much. You got to be able to find days where you can go to the back of your bullpen and rely on them. It's been serviceable so far, as Owens Branch only letting up 1 run, as that's inside for a 1-0 count going against Davis. Ward has not let up a run yet so far. I'm going to knock on wood and hopefully that does not happen anytime soon. But that can be attested to the long pitching groups that we've seen through the past 3 games. (1-0) outside now, into out. It's a 2-0 count. It's 2-0, 2 outs. And there he goes. Gets it within the zone, 2-1. But again, out of the 17 pitchers for the Muckdogs that have had an appearance so far this season, we went through 3 in long-lasting innings on July 8th. And then on top of that, went through 6 on July 9th. A pass ball from Garcia. Ball 3, and everyone's just going to jog in advanced bases. Second and third now covered by Pioneers player. A 3-1 count for Alex Davis. But again, 6 pitchers were used in the win, the 17-8 win, should I clarify, for the Muckdogs on July 9th. And then just a day ago, July 10th, the Muckdogs went through 5 more as well. They went through a lot, and that's showcasing today is they're lacking for arms to become, or excuse me, how should I say this? We'll hold off for a second. 3-1, and that's ball 4. Pass ball. Garcia, play at the plate. And
he went over it. He went over it. He went over it.
Did he get... Fighting the case right now is Ward. It did look like he did fumble with the ball.
Yep,
and that's the case. He's safe at home off the passed ball.
Yep, we always like to argue calls and stuff. This one was right. He definitely, this one we could clearly see he did go over it. It's just a good throw by the catcher, just better base running, able to get up quickly after his slide attempt and go over that tag.
So now runners on the corner situation. It's now 6-2 for the Pioneers, their largest lead tonight. 2 outs. The first run scored against Ward. It brings up Jack Aylward. Again, Davis was walked, but the pass ball allows everyone to advance. Brett Baker in for the score, and Castro in now at third. That one just avoiding Aylward. Ball 1, 1-0 count.
Batavia now is also warming up Dean Hushide for probably the next person to come into the game, and still no action from the Elmira bullpen. People are walking around, just nobody throwing some pitches right now.
(1-0), check swing. He's not going, but it doesn't matter. It's in the zone. 1-1. That's going foul. Line to third, but about 5 feet to the left.
Yeah,
1-2. Warren trying to bring an end and not allow the Pioneers to add on any more. Again, as Castro standing on third base. That's Davis over on first. Runners on the corners. 1-2, 2 outs. Carter Ward delivers. Swing and a miss. And no attempt for the drop strike 3. Steps out of the base pass. He's out. He's not even going to go for it. Brings in a strikeout for Carter Ward, his second of the day. One more for the Pioneers, their longest lead tonight, 4 runs as it stands right now, but the score is 6-2 in favor of the Pioneers. The away team getting away with too much against the Batavia defense, and Batavia a little lackluster in hitting. We'll see if they can fix things up when we come back.
In support of the Batavia Muckdogs, we would like to thank these corporate sponsors and community partners. Alex's Place, Allegheny Farm Services, Amerigroup, Arc of Glow, Ashley Furniture, Batavia Downs, Batavia Foot Care Center, Batavia's Original, Best Choice Heating and Air, Bikers Against Child Abuse, Von Traeger Auctioneer, Bourbon and Burger, Bright Path Kids, Bully Hill Vineyards, Burger King, Casella Waste, Salino Plumbing, Chaplain Valley Equipment, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Crosby's, Daily News, Dave's Ice Cream, Easttown Beverage, Eli Fish Brewing Company, Everdry Waterproofing, Farm Credit East, Burrell Gas, Ficarella's Pizza, Frank's Call Mr. Plumber, Freed Maxix, Genesee Community College, Geico, Local Batavia Office, Genesee County Chamber of Commerce, Genesee Lumber, Genesee Penny Saver, Go Health, Good Life, Graham Corporation, HB Hood, Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, J. Leonard McAndrew Funeral Home, Ken Barrett Chevrolet, Leaf Guard, Liberty Pumps, Louis J. Lang and Sons, Massive Testing, Mental Health Association of Genesee and Orleans, Magaveros Automotive, M-Power Agency, Next Era Energy, Northside Deli, New York School for the Blind, Oak Orchard Health, Oakwood Hills, Oaka Milk Products, Olacy's, Overhead Door, PNCG, Pellegrino Auto Sales, RFG Associates, Skyworks, Stan's Harley Davidson, Stop DWI, Suburban Propane, TF Browns, Tompkins Bank of Castile, Tonawanda Valley Federal Credit Union,
Toyota of Batavia, Trevor R. Rowley State Farm, Tri-County Auto Glass, Tully's, United Memorial Medical Center, UR Wilmot Cancer Institute, WBTA, Wright Beverage, and the YMCA. Thank you for your continued support of the Batavia Muckdogs. And welcome back. Here we go for the 7th inning, the bottom of the 7th to be a little more clerical. But again, what we have right now is a unique set of circumstances. What we thought was Waldridge coming in. He was once taking the mound, then signaled to his wrist. He was pulled finally, closing his day. So in the end, you did get the right answer there, Dwight Chandler. He will finish his day with completing a full 6 innings, as well as 1 hit, 2 runs, none of them being earned. 4 batters walked, 1 strikeout across 25 batters faced, and 106 total pitches. But in his place is Sam Watts, coming in to be the first reliever for the Elmira Pioneers.
Watts has made 6 appearances with a 0-0 record and a 2.35 ERA. In 7.2 innings pitched, he's allowed 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them being earned, 7 walks, and 7 strikeouts.
So we'll see how this change plays into effect, and maybe Batavia might be able to find a pattern that they like and get things going. It was the pitching change or pitching changes that they've been able to take advantage of against their opponents. And so they're going to hope that that factor stays true heading into this game, as they're desperately trying to dig themselves out of a 4-run deficit here in the bottom of the 7th, where Elmira was able to score 1 more run and make it a 4-run lead, 6-2 for the Pioneers' favor.
To kind of like give a little bit of a heads up, Waldridge was pulled because of an injury. We believe to be an injury because right there we just saw the trainer running with the pitcher into his locker room, or not locker room, their dugout. So I'm assuming he got pulled because something in
He
his
signaled
wrist.
towards his wrist out there, and it definitely plays into a factor when you serve whole 25 batters faced and 106 total pitches, and I think he didn't want to go back out there and put any more strain on it. He's getting iced up, and hopefully he'll be okay. But for now, Sam Watts coming in to replace him for the Elmira Pioneers. Leading things off for the Muck Dogs, it's number 8, your shortstop, Miles Manell. He's 0 for 2 on the day, or excuse me, 0 for 1, a walk and a flyout. Again, the unique time where he got called for interference at second on the infield pop fly, but he'll lead things off for the Muck Dogs. One of their last remaining chances, not quite last, but dwindling down as this game comes to a nearing end in the bottom of the 7th. We'll take ball 1. Called ball 1. I thought that could have been up there, but no. Just a little inside is the call.
You were ready for that late strike call that he's been getting us this whole game.
Well, no, and that's, again, another close for comfort call against Manell. He is just an absolute magnet, and that's all I can really say for him. Every time I feel like he's trying to duck and dodge in every way, shape, or form. From these pitchers, 2-0, rips that over to left field. Can it get down? A diving snag from Gingerich. How does it keep happening?
It just, yeah, exactly. It just keeps happening right now. Just nothing is hitting the ground right now.
But a flyout against Manell. Gingerich on the playover and left, diving out and comes down with the ball. For a second, I thought maybe he lost it, but no. Impressive enough, they can't catch a break. It's quite literally raining baseballs for the Elmira defense, and they keep coming down with each and every one. Now up to bat, it's number 24 first baseman, Jalen Roque. 0 for 1 on the day, hit by pitch, first at bat, and then a flyout. That's a very common result for these Muck Dogs at bats. Outside, a 1-1 count now. We'll update you on scores around the league because we do have a noticeable result within Jamestown. More impressive one is that. It's up high 2-1. We'll get that information back to you following Jalen Roque's at bat. But 2-1. Again, Sam Watts coming in for Waldridge following his injury. 2-1. Gets underneath it. It's going foul. Is it in play or out? And out of play. Two-two count following the foul ball for Jalen Roque. Again, 1 out, no one on. Batavia desperately in need of some runs. Delivery outside, a full count. If you want to keep talking about common themes, flyouts for results of the Muck Dogs and one that goes for both, it's full counts. I feel like we've seen them all tonight.
It's probably hit the double digits by now, to be completely honest.
Full count for Roque. He's set, delivery. And inside, ball 4 and a walk will give Roque first base. So 1 on for the Muckdogs. It brings up left fielder number 22, Kyle Vaughn. Now here's what I was going to mention. So around the leagues, the game has come to a conclusion for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks and the Geneva Red Wings. And the one thing noticeable over there is that on the mound for the Tarp Skunks with a complete game is Camp Churchill. 9 innings pitched, only allowing 3 hits and a shutout against the Geneva Red Wings. Or excuse me, nearing a completion of game, but as it stands, it is a shutout. Again, Kyle Vaughn will take strike 1, and now ball 1, a 1-1 count. Olean Oilers getting the win against the Americans 4-2 in Niagara Falls. That's a final result. It's taking strike 2, looking 1-2 for Vaughn. The Americans' losing streak now continues to 11 games. Correction, 2-1. Check swing does not go. Staying alive. Count now 3-1 for Vaughn. Three-one swing and a miss. And the theme continues that I've mentioned so many times tonight. It will keep going. Full count. Full count for Vaughn. The pitch, swing and a miss, and retires Vaughn back to the dugout. First strikeout for Sam Watts. It brings up 2 outs. Catcher, number 9, Patricio Garcia. Garcia hasn't found a hit tonight. He's 0 for 2, a fly out and a ground out. Right.
We got a pinch hitter right now, that being Braden I, number 17.
Excuse me for that, but Braden I coming in for Patricio Garcia. His day will end. We'll see who comes in catcher. It'll most likely be Brian Johnson.
Yep, he's got the gear on right now, as I has also played 18 games, starting 14, with a .216 batting average, 51 at-bats, 11 of them being hits, a triple, and 6 RBIs.
Again, that's Braden I coming in for Patricio Garcia. His day comes to an end, going 0 for 2. In there for strike 1, following the pickoff attempt over at first, which was no good. 0-1. Fouled off, 0-2. Again, 0-2 now for Braden I, trying to avoid this inning coming to conclusion. Fouled it off, and that will do it, but not for too much longer. 0-2. Just missing the box on the lower end. It's now 1-2. So it will continue for a tad bit longer. 1-2. Sent back to the pitcher. He can't get it. The second baseman will. The toss to first. In time. Gets the put out over at first from the second baseman. Brings an end of the fielder's choice. Brings an end to the 7th inning in Batavia. 2 more chances now to come back in this game. They're down 6-2 against the Elmira Pioneers with the 8th inning right around the corner. We'll be back in just a moment to wrap things up. Top of the 8th, we have a pitching change for Batavia. Dean Hoshide coming in for Carter Fridge Ward. At catching now, we have a defensive change too. It's Brian Johnson coming in to catch instead of Patricio Garcia, who was replaced in the batting lineup by Braden I. So because of that, Brian Johnson is now at catcher. But for Elmira, leading things off is catcher number 3, Brandon Dubeck.
And Dean Ashida has played in 8 games with a 2-0 record with a 1.93 ERA and 9 innings pitched. He has 11 hits, 2 runs, 2 of them being earned, 8 walks, and 16 strikeouts.
1-0. Upstairs 2-0. So a 2-0 count for Hoshide. It's inside ball 3. Trying to avoid an immediate walk. Again, 3-0 count going against catcher Dubeck. We'll get strike 1 on the 3-0 count. Three-one count for Hoshide. And sits that in as well in the zone. A full count. That is now, after that mark, the 18th full count we've seen of this game.
This has got to be the most full counts we have seen in a single game.
Time called. Hoshide will step off for more or less just because a wild ball thrown away from a fan over in the right field. So someone from the Pioneers bullpen has to retrieve it out of play. Full count. First payoff for Hoshide. Let's see it. Payoff. Upstairs, ball 4, and we'll walk Dubeck to first. Correction there on the graphic, but that's about it. Now to bat for Elmira, it's number 15, second baseman Tyler Adamo. Takes strike one looking. So in a second, we'll also look Carter Fridge's Ward's stats. Look after it came to an end. Fouled off, so 0-2 now. Get to that in just a second, but 0-2 for Adamo. Oh, 2, driven foul. We'll do it again. Carter Fridge Ward, his day comes to conclusion after pitching 1 1/3 innings, allowing 1 hit, 1 run, it not being earned. 2 batters walked, 2 strikeouts, one of those being looking across 7 batters faced, and 29 total pitches. Again, 0-2 count following the foul ball. Hushide on the mound for the Muckdogs. 0-2 pitch gets by Brian Johnson. He's going to have to go retrieve it. And it's a free base off the pass ball for Dubek, who now stands on second. 1-2 count. One-two's time called. So Hoshide steps off, and Brian Johnson coming out to talk things over. Quick talk at that with Hoshide. Ball down low, pushes the count 2-2. Dean Hoshide on the mound. Trying to find his first strikeout. First batter faced was a walk. Just due back on second after reaching second off the pass ball. And strike 3, Brian Johnson stepping up to get it. But it's still called strike 3. Right at the high end of the zone, if you will. But that's the first strikeout for Hoshide, and it's looking against Adamo. It brings up shortstop number 22, Jalen Tidwell, who's 1 of 1. RBI triple, and since then a walk and a hit by pitch. Again, 1 out. Fresh count for Tidwell with a big hit in the bottom of the second. Excuse me, top of the second. Swing and a miss off the first pitch, 0-1. Every time we've seen Hoshide this season, it's not for long, and that's a big reason why he's only pitched 9 1/3 innings across 8 appearances, only averaging just around an inning. But when he does show up, he does well. Outside, 1-1. I'm gonna try to knock on wood, not jinx that. That metric can be attested to his 1.93 ERA. 1-1 count for Hoshide. Delivers. Driven foul. Now 1-2. Again, Batavia's down 4. They have 2 chances left. And hitting for them has not boded well, should I say. As they've been making contact. Not a lot of strikeouts recorded against anyone, if at all. As the 1-2 is in there for another one looking. 2 outs. For Oshide, both coming back to back. It brings up left fielder, number 37, Tyson Gingerich. RBI single, then a ground out into a double play and a ground out. So 1 of 3. Right now, there's only been 2 strikeouts against the Muckdogs. That just really shows they've been able to make contact, and it's just continues balls that keep being put in play. And off Brian Johnson, a pass ball allows Dubek to reach third. Again, flyouts, that's 14 flyouts. For the Muckdogs in terms of hitting. This one's grounded to short. Inman cutting off Manel again, but it works. That was as close as it gets for a cutoff. I can't believe I just saw that one. You saw Inman sprinting across your screen right in front of Manel, and he gets the out, though. I don't even think Manel was expecting see a bullet train go right out in front of him to get the put out, but it still works and brings it into the top of the 8th where no runs will be scored for the Pioneers. It's still 6-2 in the Pioneers' favor, and we'll stay on air for this one just to talk things over for this game. But before we do, we'll wrap up around what's going around within the league. We already talked about scores. And the 9-0 finish for Jamestown, it works in Camp Churchill's favor. He gets the shutout. Full 9 innings for Camp Churchill in pitching. An impressive standout for him. And that just goes to show that Jamestown Tarpskunks, they're not playing around, and they're trying to catch up to the Muckdogs and steal away that 1 seed as it stands today. But within that, we already covered the Oilers are beat the Americans 4-2 in Niagara Falls in 10 innings. Within the West Division, you have the game in front of you. The Newark Pilots at the Doubledays, Auburn Doubledays. Doubledays leading 12-10 in a nail-biter in the bottom of the 8th. But we'll turn our attention back to the game that currently stands with the score of 6-2 in the Pioneers' favor. And Jarrett, take me through what you've seen. We've seen unfortunate plays for Batavia in terms of hitting, multiple flyouts, that total now at 14, and full counts galore. But other than that, what have you seen?
Yes, right now they have just done every job perfectly. It's just come down to rotten luck. They have worked the counts. They've gotten full counts. They haven't been struck out a ton. They've actually gotten hits that should be in play. Instead, it's just the luck is not coming on their side. Nothing's hitting the green grass. And every time that they get runners in scoring position, they steal the bag, but they're not able to cash in the run because of a ball just not hitting in the ground. And right now, Elmira has just been able to work well and just work with the mistakes that the Muckdogs have made in these early part of the innings to keep this lead.
For the Muckdogs, they haven't even been able to go to their game plan. Only 4 stolen bases in today's game. And while that does sound a lot comparatively against the Pioneers, who only have 1, it's just a metric that hasn't gone well because the Pioneers have been able to advance off pass balls, not actually stealing the bags. But again, for the Muckdogs, they haven't been able to get their projects down in play simply because they haven't had the ball simply land on the ground. It's all flyouts, and because of that, you can't steal. Fresh count for the leadoff man for Batavia. It's number 4, Jaden Vasquez. He'll take strike 1 on the inside part of the play, 0-1. Inside, ball 1, 1-1. Muckdogs have this chance at the 9th to try to chip away and hopefully steal a late lead. In a matchup that does have huge playoff implications, especially with the Jamestown Tarpskunks win. against the Geneva Red Wings. Outside, ball 2. Two-one, a foul ball. Hits down right in front of the catcher, won't go right into play. 2-2 for Vasquez. Two won't punch that in the top right. It's an envelope instead, and that's just misplaced. Full count for Vasquez. Add that to the total. Payoff. Driven foul. We'll do it again. There's a lined foul. That's something you might need to see from any hit for Muckdogs that go into plays. A line drive, hopefully to the outfielder. At this point, you need any kind of hits, as the Muckdogs only still have one on the day, already reaching the 8th inning. Full count, payoff. Inside ball 4 and a walk for Vasquez. Towards him first base, no outs, and we're back to the top of the lineup. 4th go-round for the Muckdogs in their batting order. It's number 50 center fielder Jalen David. First pitch to David, it's down low, ball 1, a 1-0 count. Again, Vasquez awarded first after the walk. This is one of the best situations you've seen. It's as simple as that. A man on first with no outs is one of the best situations we've seen in quite some time for the Muckdogs, just because of how rough it's been on offense. Sitting down on the low end of the zone, watching it go by, 1-1. That drop down at the last second was close. I think still fell within the frame. As it's called strike 1, a 1-1 count.
I'm 100% looking at Vasquez to maybe try to steal this bag right here to try to get some momentum going for the Muckdogs.
Swing and a miss for David. He's not happy on that. Chased on a pitch that was moving down to the bottom right. Had him swinging, and it's a 1-2 count. Vasquez has not stolen a base in the past few games. He already does have one, though, today, his first of the season. We'll see if we get to his second. 1-2 for Jalen David. Delivery, chopped foul, got it late, protecting the box. Will keep the at-bat alive. One-two. That's dribbled. Good scoop by Coach Skips. Bare hands that off a one-hopper. But we'll do it again. The at-bat stays alive for Jalen David. It's a 1-2 count. Jalen David still in search of his first hit today, as much as many other Muckdogs are. Vasquez is the only recorded hit. 1-2, pitch. Inside, he gets a piece of it. It's going foul. but can't make a play on it is the Elmira defense. Delaney can't close the gap between him and the ball. 1-2, once, twice, thrice. As I always say, for how many foul balls there's been in a row off 2-strike count, and it's a 1-2 count. But David is ensuring he's staying alive here. He wants to get a hitting party started for the Muckdogs. Was given the leadoff position in the batting order. He's second for this inning as Vasquez led things off, but he wants to start things off. 1-2, pitch, Vasquez going. It's up high, the throw to second, gets behind, goes out to center field. Vasquez, though, held at second. Is Brett Baker able to close the gap, and that would have been close play at third had he elected to go. Would have most likely been out, so good call to keep him at second. But a 2-2 count following a ball up high. Another stolen base for Vasquez. Gives him second base. 2-2 count for David back at home. Checking over at David at second. We know he's gone third. Gets underneath that. Is it in play?
Yes.
It hits the net and is out of play. And excuse me there, I meant Vasquez at second. David at the plate. Another foul ball for David back at home plate. Once, twice, thrice, quadrice. We keep going. Back to David at home. His at-bat could not be any longer, but it's all for the right reasons. To keep the Muckdogs from putting any outs on that far scoreboard and putting more runners on the bases. 2-2 count. Vasquez taking the lead. Pitch home. Set over to center. Can it get down? No. Caught by Brett Baker, is able to close the gap. And one out for the Pioneers defense. Another flyout. Add that to the total that keeps growing each and every at bat for the Muckdogs. They can't get a piece of it. They can't get it to touch grass.
Yeah, it's just becoming a broken record right now. They're just working counts. They're fouling pitches off. They're getting long pitch counts. Not getting struck out at all. And just right now, just nothing's hitting the ground.
So following the flyout from Jalen David, it brings up Jackson Inman up to bat. 0 for 3 on the day. He was able to bring in Vasquez the last time with a sac fly. Is that strike one? Other than that, the other two times were both flyouts as well. That number just increasingly grows. I can't stress that enough. It's been some of the most unfortunate locations for the balls to get down today for the Muckdogs. Inside, hit by pitch. Inman trying to dodge it, but the hips don't lie. He's getting hit. He'll take first base. 1 out, 2 on for the Muckdogs. Another scenario that they have not seen often is having multiple runners on the base path.
Yeah, right now, this is the best chance that they've had in a while. And right now, still no action in the Elmira bullpen. So, probably going to stick to Watts. And right now, this is your golden opportunity if you're the Batavia Muckdogs.
Second baseman number 1, Cooper Russell, up to bat for the Muckdogs. Following the hit by pitch dealt to Inman. There's 2 on. It's Vasquez again at second. Inman over at first. Cooper Russell walked in his first plate appearance, then a flyout, and then reaching first off an error off the shortstop. We'll take strike 1 looking. To move the count 0-1. Ball down low outside. 1-1. Sam Watts has only dealt 1 strikeout against the Muckdogs. That's going against Kyle Vaughn an inning ago. But it just goes to show what the Muckdogs have done on offense. They don't strike out. There's only been 2. 1-1. Outside. 2-1. Two-one pitch home, sent over to short, off the hop. He fumbles with it for a second. The throw, nothing. Everyone's safe. A huge break for the Muckdogs. Hit over to Jalen Tidwell at short. It seemed like he had it, but right off the infield grass, it takes a huge hop, and I don't think he was quite ready for that one. He was just fumbling with the baseball. By the end of it, it was too late. Everyone reaches a new base.
And it's called as an error for the shortstop.
It's not going down as an error. Or it shouldn't. But it is being recorded. Well, again, I'm not the stat keeper. Had a play, but he never really had the ball for a second. But again, it doesn't matter how he got there. If it's an error or a hit, it really doesn't matter. It's all on the stat sheet and all in our heads. Up to bat, though, with a 2-0 count is right fielder number 46, Braden Reyna. He stands at the plate as the tying run for the Muckdogs. Bases loaded. The crowd is alive. They've not left. They're not going anywhere. 2-0 count for Reyna. 0 for 2 on the day. A fly-out walk and into a fielder's choice. Just missing the zone inside 3-0.
Yeah, still no action in the bullpen right now for Elmira.
3-0 count. And it's upstairs. Ball 4 and a run for Batavia. A walk against Reyna brings in Vasquez from third. Bases will stay loaded and the coach coming out to Sam Watts. There's no one in the bullpen actively warming up. So Sam Watts, I think, will have to move forward here. I doubt they'd bring in anyone, and I don't think I missed anyone walking to the dugout.
Yeah, right now, Evan Brock is coming up. Mr. Reliable, like you always mentioned, second in RBIs in the season. Right now, they haven't seen a ball hit the ground yet, but this would be the perfect opportunity for it to finally happen. As right now, the Batavia Muckdogs are just looking for any way to fight in this game.
So in the end, bases stay loaded as a walk from Reyna brings in Vasquez. Now at third is Inman. Second, Cooper Russell. And at first is Braden Reyna. It brings up extra hitter number 11, Mr. Reliable, Evan Brock. Evan Brock, though, 2 flyouts and 1 strikeout on the day. We'll see if he can snap the streak, given how momentum is slightly shifting towards Batavia. It's not in Batavia's favor yet, but 1 out, they've got to avoid what would be a crucial hit into a double play. If that were to happen, that would be dead silent here at Dwyer. But again, anything but that will play for the Muckdogs to hopefully bring in a run. Just got to avoid absolute travesty. Bases loaded. Evan Brock lining 1 out to the outfield is what we're envisioning right now on the broadcast, at least myself. 0-1.
I'm doing
it's
it too.
Outside. It's a 1-1 count. Sam Watts getting a little scrambly out there on the mound. He's sending it inside and out. It was a quick walk for Reyna when he was up to bat, but that one very far outside. A good catch by the catcher, Brandon Dubeck, to make sure it stays in front of him, and no wild pitch to bring in a free runner. Down, ooh.
That's tight. That one's close to tell.
Just inside, scraping the zone 1-2. I'm not too sure about that. But a 1-2 count for Evan Brock. Keeping the game alive with 1 out. Down in the dirt. That one clear. 2-2. Gets underneath it. Slapped over to center. One will come in. And held up is everyone at their respective bases. But a hit from Evan Brock brings a long dry streak for the Muckdogs. Their second hit of the game comes from Mr. Reliable for a reason. An RBI single off 1 out. It's now 6-4. The Pioneers' lead is shrinking as we speak. It's down to 2. Evan Brock now at first. Reyna at second. Cooper Russell at third. And Inman in for the score. Again, 6-4. Bases loaded, 1 out. It brings up shortstop number 8, Miles Manel. Walked in his first at bat and 2 flyouts since.
So still no action in the bullpen, but we haven't mentioned this, but tomorrow Elmira does play a doubleheader against the Niagara Falls Americans. So that could be a reason why they're keeping him in.
Well, they came in shorthanded today as well in terms of pitching. Want steps off, calling time. But no, before today, they didn't have a lot of arms, and I believe they only had a mixture of 4 guys that were respectively had a chance to make an appearance. First pitch, Miles Manel sends that deep to left. It's got to be chased. And it's caught. Tag up, though, from third to home. And the score, another one brought in for Batavia. So a sac fly from Manel. It will play. It will bring in 1 more. 6-5. The lead has shrunk down to 1. On the score for Batavia, he was able to bring in Cooper Russell, turned on the Jets. The catch, though, by Elmira, Tyson Gingerich over in left field. 2 outs. First and second still covered by Muckdogs. It's Evan Brock at first, and second is still Reyna. Now up to bat is first baseman, number 24, tall man the rock, Jalen Roque. Checking the runner at second, no one covering the bag. And ball down low, 1-0 count. But again, going back to it, just Pioneers did not have a lot of arms coming in today, and I think that's a big reason why we won't see anyone, if at all, to come in to close for Sam Watts. As I believe all I could recall was 4 names being really having availability for tonight, if at all. Inside 2-0. That's enough about that. We'll turn our attention to what's in front of our screens. It's now 2-1. Sat down just underneath, within the zone, though. Wow. No one within Dwyer liking that call, not even myself, but 2-2. Nicking just the top end. Went from low to high, but 2-2 for Roque. Sends this over to first. Gets by the first baseman, out to right field. In comes the runner. Roque going second. He's caught in a pickle now. He's going back to first. The play at home, though, from the runner. Slides, and he's out at home. A play that got caught in a pickle, but at least it is tied. Roque gets it by the first baseman. Reyna came in for the score. Evan Brock went to third. Roque motioned to second. He was caught in the crossfire. And the pickle jam as he was going back for first. The second baseman for Elmira realized Evan Brock got the signal home. Adamo beams it back to Dubek and beats out Brock. In the end, it's tied though, 6 apiece as the runner will score. It's 6s between the Muckdogs and the Pioneers. Heading to the 9th inning, it's deja vu all over again for the Muckdogs. They're fighting back. They answer the call, scoring 4. The RBI single for Roque, trying to advance second, and Evan Brock advance home, is thrown out. 9th inning, a tied ball game. And coming in for Batavia, it's Garrett Beaver to close.
Yep, Beaver has made 13 appearances with a 1.37 ERA, 1 win, 19.2 innings, 11 hits, 3 runs, 3 of them being earned, 4 walks, 25 strikeouts. He did pitch yesterday against Jamestown, but it was only 1 inning. So he is ready to go with the limited arms that they have. And right now, he's got to get the job done for his boys right now as they fought back. They did their job, 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th. Now it's time to get the job done at the top of the 9th and put a 0. So in the bottom of the 9th, they could have a chance to win this ball game.
A game that's gone from 0 to 100 in a heartbeat. That's what Garrett Beaver will be taking on in a tied game here at the top of the 9th. But again, Garrett Beaver coming in for Dean Hoshide. We'll go over Hoshide's stats. Hoshide only serving 1 inning, allowing no hits, no runs. 1 batter walked and 2 strikeouts across 4 batters faced and 18 total pitches. The first man he'll be going up against for Elmira is number 52, Caleb Delaney. Delaney, 1 of 3. 1 strikeout, no real hits. He did get the bunt, still goes down, but hasn't been able to send it deep. He does send this deep over to right, but plenty of time with lots of hang time is Braden Reyna to get underneath it. So maybe I almost spoke too soon, but Reyna making sure I didn't. 1 out. Correction on the scorebook, it is time. But again, 1 out. It brings up number 23, designated hitter, Nick Spanner. He's voting well, 2 of 4. 2 singles and 1 strikeout and a flyout. Trying to break the ties, the Pioneers. They've just done it in bunches of 1. As that strike 1 looking. They scored 1 in the top of the first, 2 in the top of the second, and since then 1 in the 4th, 5th, and 7th. They were held scoreless against Dean Hoshide, and Beaver's trying to make sure he does the same. Ball outside, a 1-1 count. These 2 teams come into today. So there's some fireworks going off in the distance. Don't know if that might impede anyone. Something worthwhile to note still. 1-1. And in there. First strike 2, 1-2. One, 2 for Beaver. The deal. Swing and a miss. A strikeout. First one for a Beaver, and it's a big one. 2 outs. It brings up center fielder, number 10, Brett Baker, up to bat.
Yeah, Beaver's a veteran on the team, 4 years on this team. And right now, he's the man that you want in this situation right now. And now you also got all the momentum right now. The crowd is now back into it. It's been silent these last few innings. Now you got the crowd back into it. All the momentum is now back in Batavia's side.
2 outs. Brett Baker. 1 of 3. That's ball down low. 1-0 count. Another busy day for the bullpen for the Muckdogs. Garrett Beaver is our 5th pitcher. But right now, the way they fought back on offense, it's going to be for the right reasons if they can pull this off. 2-0. Dribbled over to first. Stayed in front is Roke, and he's going to do it unassisted. A little stare down at Brett Baker. Ground out, brings up 3 outs. The top of the 9th comes and goes, and the Muckdogs have a chance to take home the win on a walk-off in the bottom of the 9th if they so choose. But bringing out is a new pitcher for Elmira. It's number 8. That being Lucas Rylander. We saw him in their last matchup between the two teams, and he's going to come in to close for Elmira.
Yeah, he's made 9 appearances with a 1-1 record with a 7.40 ERA. Also has a save in 20.2 innings pitched. He has allowed 22 hits, 28 hits, 22 hits, 17 of them being earned, 14 walks, and 13 strikeouts.
So again, that's Lucas Rylander coming in. The Muckdogs trying to avoid another game where they will see extra innings. Right now for the Muckdogs, they were in a very similar situation, battling with the Tarp Skunks to the very end, to the 9th inning, where they were going in tied, and both teams were held scoreless and went to the extras. Last night, though, for Elmira, they were playing against the Olean Oilers, where they made a last-second comeback. The script has been flipped. They were down 7-2 against the Oilers, to which they scored 7 runs unanswered to make it 11-7, a final score in 9. A similar script for the Muckdogs, except they weren't down that much. They were down 1 at most, and they've just been fighting back in bunches to try to claw back in this game, where they were down 4, and they've really done so. But we have a pinch hitter. It's James Quintero coming in for Kyle Vaughn over in left. So that will most likely mean, as long as this game, if it does continue, Jalen Roke will be shifted to left field and Quintero takes over first base. But again, that's James Quintero coming in for Kyle Vaughn in the bottom of the 9th. Game tied 6 apiece. First pitch, swing and a miss for Quintero. A reminder, Lucas Rylander coming in on the mound for Sam Watts. So an 0-1 count for Quintero. Down low, ball 1. Sam Watts' day will come to a conclusion, pitching 2 innings, allowing 2 hits, 4 runs, 1 of those runs being earned, 3 batters walked, 1 strikeout across 12 batters faced, and 56 total pitches. A 1-1 count. Rylander deals, swing and a miss for Quintero, 1-2. One, 2, pitch. Quintero gets a piece of it. He'll stay alive. It goes foul out of play. 1-2 crowd again has not left. They're still into this, saying that the Muckdogs have clawed back as the momentum has shifted entirely. 1-2. Gets a piece of it, going foul out of play. Do it again.
Yep, keep fighting right now. Every single pitch matters. In the bottom of the ninth right now, you have the momentum. You have the crowd right now. Run wins the game. And all that matters right now, your goal is to get on base early with no outs.
1-2. And that's a hit by pitch. Quintero stays alive to tank a shot, and he does. And you can see he's happy about that. He's on base, and he wants to take control of this game himself.
Yep, you just got to take one for your team. Get on base any single opportunity that you can have, even if it's hit by pitch. But right now, Brian Johnson is now up to bat.
So Brian Johnson, again, taking over the role at catcher, comes in for Patricio Garcia. So as a result, Garcia's day comes to a conclusion. We saw Brandon I coming in as a pinch hitter, but Brian Johnson taking over his duties. If we look over him first, again, that's James Quintero, as that's going foul out of play, an 0-1 count. But Quintero has 2 stolen bases. He's been caught once. But again, 2 stolen bases, not a number that jumps off the page in terms of a guy who's guaranteed to go. We'll see if he gets a signal here in a thriller of an ending.
And Brian Johnson has had a 200 average, playing in 17 games with 9 starts, 25 at-bats, 5 hits, 3 doubles, and 6 RBIs.
Showing bunt, players closing in. It's going down the first baseline. Scooped by the pitcher. Did he avoid the tag? He did!
He did miss the tag!
The tag is no good. Brian Johnson able to dance out of his way, reaching first base with pure speed. And now 2 on for the Muckdogs. First and second covered. Brian Johnson at first, James Quintero at second. That's how you get it done. Sees Rylander closing the gap with ball in hand. Elected not to go with the toss and try to get him Johnson out himself. And Brian Johnson just leans as far as he can. And he gets it done, reaching first base. No out. It's Jaden Vasquez up to bat. He's one of the guys who has a hit under his name for the Muckdogs roster in the batting order today. Was the lone hit for quite some time. He's got 2 guys on. Bat in hand, shows bunt, lays it down. Catcher gonna scoop. A late covering the bag, and it's way too late. First, everyone crashed in. Catcher, first baseman, second. Had to cover first base, and he was too late getting there. The catcher, by the time he looked up to throw, no one was there. And safe at first spot from the bunt is Vasquez.
Also, it was miscommunication. First baseman was going for it. By the time the catcher got it, first baseman was in the catcher's way, so he tried to duck, and by the time that the catcher was going to the throw, the guy was already there.
But bases are loaded, and who is it back at the top? Back-to-back bunts working for the Muckdogs. They're doing it scripted, and it's working. Jalen David up to bat. Bottom of the ninth, no outs, bases loaded. First pitch is going for a strike. We'll see what we get from David, though, with an 0-1 count. David still has not found a hit yet today.
And right now, 0 outs. Pop fly in the outfield. Tag up in play. Just need something in play.
We'll see what we get. 0-1 count. The pitch. It's outside. 1-1. The pressure's on Rylander. We've seen him before not too long ago in their last matchup. And he's got the pressure of making sure David is out by his own doing or one of his close brothers within the infield. If it reaches the outfield, sac fly is in play. 1-1 count. Outside, 2-1. He can't afford a walk, and the pressure is mounting as the crowd is getting louder and louder after each pitch. 2-1 count for Jalen David. Inside 3-1, Wow.
No,
Inside. But inside enough to the umpire's liking. It's a 2-2 count. I can't believe he got away with that one, but that's what it stands as.
But right now, again, you got 0 outs. No big deal. Be a goldfish. Go into the next at-bat.
A 2-2 count going head-to-head. Rhinelander and Jalen David, bases loaded, no outs. It's quiet out there now. 2-2. Deal home. Sent over to short. Blocked down by the shortstop. He stumbles with the ball, and that's going to do it. The Muckdogs complete the thriller of a comeback. It's over. 7-6 is your score, and Batavia gets it done.
They just keep doing it. They're the comeback kings. This is 3 games in a row. They've done it against Elmira twice. This is unbelievable.
Down at most by 4 runs. Elmira held the lead, 6-2. The Muckdogs get 4 in the bottom of the 8th, tying it up, and bases loaded. Another error against the shortstop. His 3rd of the day brings an end to this game. Batavia swings it back, and they get home a thriller of a win. That's how you get it done with everything that was challenging their way. The Muckdogs, in a team effort, build it back brick by brick. And a simple hit from David, reaching first off an error, is enough to bring home the scoring and winning run. And that's all she wrote. That's all it took. And when I say all, I mean a lot more than just that. But in the end, that's how this game will come to a conclusion. Bases loaded, an error off the shortstop. It's 7-6. The Muckdogs take home the win in a final score comeback thriller. A huge game, especially with playoffs knocking around the corner with 2 weeks to go of baseball. They get it done. And I mean, Jarrett, we saw it all. We discussed it through and through. I don't think we even discussed it enough of how many things were impeding or just having to battle for the Muckdogs. They really get it done in excruciating fighting pain. But through it all, with the amount of pitchers they went through, the amount of troublesome at the plate, they get it done, 7-6.
Yeah, they're just absolutely the comeback kings right now. We've seen them now do it twice against Elmira. We go all the way back to the opening day where Elmira also had a lead and the Batavia Muckdogs came back. But for right now, felt like an early playoff game, a possible playoff matchup soon in the future. But for right now, way to set a tone. That's why this game is 9 innings, because any opportunity, any inning, you could take the game and ride off all that momentum and get a win. What a game. I'm feeling pumped. I don't know about you, Grayson. I'm feeling pumped right now.
That's a good way to put it. It's not over till the 27th out. You didn't need that, as the Elmira defense couldn't make it to that total. The Muckdogs took advantage in the bottom of the 9th, scoring the winning run after scoring 4 in the bottom of the 8th. But when it's all said and done, blood, sweat, and tears is how this game comes to a conclusion. 7-6, the Muckdogs take home the win in a comeback thriller. And before we sign you guys off, we'll take you through the schedule. And a reminder, big reminder at least, tomorrow, 1 o'clock is your start time. So please pay attention to anything social media to know when we go live. Don't forget to subscribe, because we will have interviews with players coming out tomorrow morning as well. But again, your final score 6-7. The Muckdogs take home the win. And we'll take you through the schedule before signing off officially. Tomorrow against the Niagara Ironbacks, again, 1 o'clock. For your rest of the week, it's against Jamestown here at home, then against Niagara Falls at Niagara. Then against Jamestown at Jamestown for their final matchup of the season between the two teams. Then at Thursday at Olean, then versus Olean at home. And to round things off, at Saturday, July 18th at Elmira. That's at 6:30 as well. But that's your outlook for the next week worth of games. Again, your final score in a thriller. Muckdogs don't let it go to extras this time. 7-6 is your final. My name's Ben Grayson Natali. Alongside me, color commentator Jarrett Campbell in a magnificent game. We wish you guys a good night. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye, everyone.